Hello everyone and welcome back to Laurence Plays, and where you find me on the rather swampy and generally gross planet of either Gleba or Gleba, depending on how you like to pronounce your single B's. So I am now more or less capable of talking again, so we're back to normal stream antics, where I will be telling you what's going on rather than having Tristan and Pete guessing as we were doing last time. And yes, I'm out here on this planet doing weird biological stuff. Hello, Peter. Yes, I am. I'm mostly over the plague. It's not quite 100%, but I'm going to see how it goes. Hopefully, things will be all right. Fingers are crossed. Hello, Chloe, as well. Welcome. So yes, last week I set up this system here out here on this planet that shall remain unnamed for obvious reasons. That is currently pulling in purple fruit that look like brains and red fruits that look like pomegranates, I guess, and turning them into nutrients and then also into bacteria that are then being turned into copper and iron. So that means I now have a nice healthy supply of iron and copper available over here, and these machines are, in theory, producing those for me, but they seem to have stopped. So let's have a quick look to find out why. Why are you not doing? You've got some mash, you've got some copper ore and some nutrients, okay. You've got copper ore as well. Wait, what? Oh, I think I see. So this machine is meant to kickstart the copper production over here, which has sort of happened, but it then got jammed up with the with copper ore, which is slightly unfortunate. So let's put that into there, and then come back and work out how to fix things better in the future. So the idea is supposed to be that over here we have a little bit of the bacteria is fed from this machine into this one to start then turning into more bacteria, and it gets passed down here and then and loops round and round and round, and this machine will grow more bacteria from bacteria. The problem is when you have more than a certain amount of bacteria in here, it stops feeding it through from here. This goes off and turns into copper, and the whole system breaks down. So what I actually need down here is an additional output that will take out any copper that's produced by this in this machine and pass it over here to be turned into into copper plates over here, just to to get rid of it. So let's do that quickly because it's an obvious mistake that shouldn't have happened. So we'll need another inserter there. I'll put it that way round for now, just so just so I can put a filter on it and say I only want you to deal with copper ore. And we'll take you back round again, and there we go. We can now unload the copper ore there. And so we've got both these machines making it. In theory, I should probably put some sort of prioritization thing onto this one to tell it to only run when there's... But sometimes then there may or may not be copper bacteria over here. Oh, no, it's just taking out the copper ore, and the copper ore can't go anywhere else. So that's correct. That is actually what I want to do. And presumably exactly the same thing has happened down here. Yes, it has. So in that... oh, and I need a inserter there and a belt going in there and coming across here like that, because this is going to be exactly the same. Copy you to here and turn you into actually iron ore, please, like that, and there we go. No, Jeria, this is my third non-Norvis planet. So I went to Fulgora first and tamed the lightning. Then I went to Vulcanus and tamed the lava and the giant worm critters, and now I've come to Gleba or Gleba in order to try and tame the bacteria and the pentapods. So no, I've been putting off this one until last for reasons, shall we say? Okay, so this should now. There we go. Now the copper can be. Oh, fail. No, you're just supposed to be just copper. You're supposed to just be iron. Let's set this correctly. And you're supposed to just be, in fact, copy that from there. You're supposed to just be copper. There's no ore in there, so that's not a serious problem. But I can take that out and put it in there, and oops, and that out and put it in there, and then everything is tidy. Okay, so that's another deadlock. Potential deadlock fixed now. I'm sure there'll be more of them, but at least for now this will do. And we've got a load of spoilage coming through on the belt here, but that's fine, because as soon as all of this nutrient stuff gets used up, the spoilage will get dumped out by this inserter out onto here and be disposed of round this way and down here, where it can then be turned back into what's this stuff? Nutrients that can be passed back round again, and it just goes round and round in circles like an absolute nonsense. So yes, that's lovely. Yes, filtering the smelter inserters. Thank you, Peter. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. Yeah, and as you say, the joys of stream lag. So that's, yes, one more potential jam fixed. So there are a couple of things that I'd like to achieve today. One is getting a slightly more reliable power generation system on this planet. Because at the moment, I've got a load of solar panels, and then I've got some boilers down here that are not particularly useful. And then a heating tower that is also not particularly useful because it's all the way over here, and therefore not getting anything. So I have a two-step plan here. But if we look at this, you can see that actually at the moment production is absolutely fine. We've got loads of power during the day. Problem is night comes around and then we just don't have any power at all, and we have a brief crisis until the sun comes back up again. And I don't want to have brief crises like that. So what I'm going to do is take this heating tower over here, even though that means I'm going to lose some of the heat that was built up in it. And I'm going to put this in over here, and I'm going to use this to deal with the spoilage. And just now that I've got a plentiful supply of the pomegranates and the brains, I'm going to stop producing nutrients from spoilage, because I think there's a better alternative. I'll just do that from the nutrient paste in the middle there. I think that's going to work reasonably well. And then I can replace all of this stuff down through the middle here with that heating tower. And just start burning it for the time being in a desperate attempt to get the heating tower up to a decent temperature. Now, it's going to take a while. As you can see, it's got to 20 degrees. It's going up very, very slowly as we feed more and more of this stuff in. But that's okay, because I'm not going to actually be able to use it for anything particularly useful until I get it up to about 500 degrees. Now, I suppose actually, technically, I probably couldn't hook it up to these boilers. They're just doing internal temperature heat things. So what I'm going to need to do is bring over the actual heat exchangers and turbines and things from Norvis. But that's not going to be too difficult, but I need to bring them over and then run this as if it's a nuclear power plant. However, I'm pretty convinced that the amount of spoilage coming through here is not going to be enough to produce a useful amount of heat. Even if I do things like this. You can see how fast it goes down and how little heat you actually get out of that. So this is going to mostly just be a sink for spoilage. And so I'll ditch all that into here. And my theory is going to be that I'll produce what heat I can from this, but then I'll have another one of those next to it, and I'm going to run that off wood. And my plan is to put in another one of these growing towers, one of these little farm things, and try and grow some trees. So that's going to be another adventure. And I need to work out how to grow trees, but I don't expect that to be too difficult because they're just trees. How hard can it be? So let's have a quick look in here. In the Factoriopedia environment, this is probably not right. I don't know. It's going to be in here somewhere. So I want to grow wood. Wood is gathered from there's lots of various tree things. There was something about wood seeds. Here we go. Tree seeds. So they are. How do you get a tree seed? It grows into a tree. Okay. It yields forward planted wood process. Oh, I see. So you can turn, so a biochamber or an assembly machine can turn wood into seeds, and then I can have a tree growing those, an agricultural trap tower growing those. Sorry, I just need to find the right place to plant them. And there was something somewhere that told you how to plant various different things or where to plant them. So when I looked at this one, okay, so used in jelly nut soil. Okay, tree seeds. It doesn't say what it's used in, so presumably that means it can be used anywhere where normal trees grow. So that should be okay, I think. We'll see how that goes. Ooh, thanks for the resub, Doopy. 21 months, nice. I appreciate a decent length of time like that. Just what I like to see. We've run out of power, so we can't actually get any of this spoilage into the machine at this point. Now, another thing I could do is pull excess jelly nuts and guava, whatever the pomegranates, whatever these things are, out and bring them down here. I'm a little concerned about doing that because I worry that I might run out if I start trying to burn them all. Now, I would leave enough on the belts for hopefully to kickstart things back into action again and get enough seeds coming out. But I'm a bit concerned that I might just end up accidentally using it all. So instead, we're going to ignore that and just let that decay on the belt and then turn into spoilage that'll be eaten up by this tower, which has now got up to a mere 240 degrees. So it's nearly got halfway to where it's going to be useful. So that's a good start. So let's build another heating tower because I'm going to need that. In fact, let's just build a heat exchanger and a turbine just for the funsies. And a couple of pieces of heat pipe. I've got loads of heat pipe already. Right, so we can put the heat exchanger. Let's put the heat exchanger here. I'm going to need to get water from somewhere, but I feel like on Gleba or Gleba, this shouldn't be a problem. And I can link it up like that. So there now, this should now also be at... It's at 110 degrees. Oh, okay, we're heating this one up as well, that's why. Yeah, they've averaged out. Fine, that's fine. So I'm going to need an offshore pump. I've got 19 of those. Ah, yes, there's water everywhere because we are on an incredibly swampy planet. Excellent. Just what I like to see. So I'll bring that from here to here. Link that in. Boop. There we go. There's the water. And now I can shove a turbine in here. And it's going to need another one of these down here as well. And we'll worry about numbers over here in a little while. But basically, this should start getting me a bit of electricity produced from all the spoilage that's being burned at the moment. At least that's my hope. We're just gonna need to wait for this to heat up. In the meantime, let's make another one of these triometrons. And also, can I make seeds in my pockets? Or would that be far too easy? I could turn your macro mash into a bacteria in my pockets. That's interesting. Where are the CD recipes? I need some CD recipes. I don't see any seeds, but it did say you could do it in an assembly machine. So okay, we'll stick down an assembly machine and have a quick look in here. So you should be able to make seeds from wood. Let me check that in the pedia again. So where was this one? Tree seeds. Yields wood, grows into tree, planted by alternative recipe. Oh, I've researched tree seeding yet. Okay, so I can't do that. Requires some research. Oops. Okay, so I won't be doing that for a little while then. In the meantime, we'll just be burning off this stuff as much as we need to. That's disgusting, Mike. I don't want that idea. Okay, it's going to be a while till we produce any power here, but it will eventually happen. Probably once all of this finally gets around to decaying, and we get a huge flood of spoilage coming through. However, this is all ticking over, kind of. So the system is basically, I mean, it's kind of working. Well, I guess what I could do, I could manually do what I was threatening to do earlier. If I pull up a load of these purple brain things off here. Run along the belt, Laurence. There we go. Because I have a lot of purple brain fruit. There we go. There's still plenty there to get the kit system kicked back in again. I can now chuck that into here. Have some purple brain fruit. There we go. In fact, you know what? I'm going to put down a box and do it automatically. And I'll pick up some of this as well. This is just a sort of, as I say, this is just a temporary thing to get the, hopefully get the system up to temperature, and then we'll find out how much power we get from that. That's probably enough of the red fruit. So we'll put all these pomegranates in here as well. Oh, why are you not? Oh, because you're full of brains. Fine. If I take all of that out, oh no, it's still not feeding them in. Okay, well, yeah, fine, whatever. Do that, and then you can have that as well. And sure, have the bio. No, you can't burn bioflux. All right, whatever. Okay, so that's now, we've got that one toasting away merrily with all the brain fruits. And that's brought us up to a temperature of, where is it, 340 degrees. So we're getting there, we're making good progress. And we'll come back to that. Come back to the tree idea in a little while, because eventually my plan is to feed wood into here for this to be burning all the time, and perhaps turn this one off if there's if the spoilage starts to accumulate. So that's part one of my plan for today. Some progress has been made. I'm not going to say it's done or anything like that, but it's a step in the right direction. So the next thing to do is going to be to think about the next science pack, and this is kind of scary because if we take a look at the agricultural science pack, this requires bioflux and a pentapod egg. Now, making the pentapod eggs isn't difficult. That's not the part I'm worried about. It's the fact that they spoil after 15 minutes and turn into a big premature wriggler pentapod, which will come out and then start to make things unpleasant around here. So we'd rather they didn't do that. And so, well, we take those. But yeah, we can make the pentapod eggs from pentapod eggs in a biochamber. and then we can turn them into agricultural science packs. But I need to come up with some cunning way of making sure that I don't end up with too much of that. It also, the agricultural science also spoils after an hour and turns into, well, spoilage, which isn't too bad. At least it's not going to mean pentapods are being released everywhere. But it's a little unfortunate if it could be a little bit unfortunate. Better fuels available for the same amount of energy input than wood. Okay, that's a thought actually. I didn't really look at the alternatives there. I just thought, yeah, wood will be really, really easy. So your Mac, I'm not looking at the items, am I here? Let's go back into the PDF. A Yamako has a fuel value of 2 megajoules. A jelly nut is 10 megajoules. Okay, that's quite a lot. Wood is a mere 2 megajoules as well. So actually, yeah, maybe just growing brain nuts would be a better way to do this. Brain nuts are the ones that are grown in the purple area. So I guess I could put in my additional agricultural tower over here and start growing brain nuts and passing them straight down to be used as fuel. Now I wouldn't get any seeds from doing that, which is a bit of an unfortunate. At the moment, we are, in theory at least, passing down any seeds that we generate back down here to be grown into more of these things. We don't. Oh no, we've got a couple growing at the moment, so the system hasn't fallen over yet. The big question is whether this processing produces enough, whether the round trip of processing will produce enough seeds to keep 2 of those plants growing. Okay, so it's not sustainable. Okay, that is as I was suspecting. So having a look over here, if we do use all of it up and none of it spoils, if we turn it into this thing here, we get a 2% chance of a jelly nut seed, and a jelly nut seed turns into 50 jelly nuts. So yeah, that's perfectly balanced, as all things should be. But unfortunately, it's perfectly balanced. So if we get any of these decaying... Hang on, that doesn't feel right, because this belt filled up. So we were producing more jelly nuts than we were using. And I'm sure some of them are spoiled. Let me check those numbers again. Oh, productivity of the biochambers are getting a bit more. Right, okay. Yeah, so that's a... No, wait, I'm not really doing this in biochambers. Maybe I should be, but I'm not currently. Do you have a productivity buff boost? No. So let's look at that again. The jelly nut is gathered from jelly stem. So we do this one. You've got a 2% chance of getting a seed out from each jelly nut. And then each seed, you plant that and it turns into 50 jelly nuts. So that should be perfectly balanced. You should get out exactly the same number as you put in. But I'm pretty sure I'm getting out more. We're getting a lot more coming out here. Yeah, okay. I've got plenty of biochambers. Let's put it. All right. Let's upgrade these to biochambers. And you're both supposed to be doing jelly nut extraction like that. And you can do the mash. Do the Yamako mash. Oh, but then they need feeding as well, so they need nutrients to be passed in as well, which I can't do because this is in the way. Actually, I could do that here like that. So that one's working. I could pull these out and put them somewhere else later. Oh, no, that's not going to work. Bah. Now to route the nutrients, indeed. Nutri-rooty. This is not my favourite game. I think this might be a go back to assembly machines for the time being. Until I've worked out how to actually do this. Until I inevitably rebuild this again. I suppose I could. Yeah, I could possibly squeeze it in there. Yeah. We'll leave it with the assembly machines for now because we do, despite my expectations, we actually no, maybe we're not gaining any. It might be because I chucked in a load of seeds at the beginning. I do kind of feel like I need the productivity boost. We'll think about this in a little while. Yeah, I think a version 3 of this is going to be required in the not too distant future. Let's think about science for a moment. So we need bioflux and pentapod eggs. Making pentapod eggs requires other pentapod eggs and nutrients and water. None of that is difficult, apart from the except when the pentapod's eggs hatch. Other than that, it's not difficult. So if I put in, for example, if I put an underground there like that. Let's let it pick up all of that trash first, because I'm going to need to dispose of that at some point. In fact, you know what? Let's not worry about that. It's gonna happen anyway. So over here, and I'm going to put in a corner because reasons. We're going to need. So we're going to need a pentapod egg ariser. So my first thought was going to be, well, let's not make anything into a pentapod egg until we actually need it. But we're always going to need them. We can't get rid of them all when we don't need them. So we're going to have to do a sort of a steady stream and have them have them go into a burninator or something to get rid of them in the end. Right, so we're going to have a biochamber like that. And it's going to do the pentapod egg breeding. That's not too difficult. We feed in the food from the side here. And we'll take out the any spoilage that comes in here. Like that. And that can just go onto this belt over here to go with all the rest of the spoilage. That part's easy. I'm not scared of that. Even though these nutrients are about to go off, they'll be unloaded. That's fine. The scary part is as soon as I put an egg in here, we're going to get eggs out here, and then after 15 minutes, those are going to turn to pentapods, and things will go horribly, horribly wrong. And I'd rather they didn't do that. So we're going to need to think about that one, think about that a little bit, and try and build it intelligently. So that presumably this is going to be a biochamber to make the science packs as well. Yes, it is. So I can put that, and I could put that there. No, I can't. So the eggs need to be fed back in a kind of biological Covarex system. They go round and round, and if you have enough of them, then we can feed. Then I can feed the eggs then off into another system to be made into the science packs. But I need to find some way of making sure that only the freshest eggs are kept, and anything that's older than a few minutes leaves. However, I don't believe there's any sort of prioritization thing on here that you can use to... Oh, no. Oh, actually, there is. Right. Okay. So. Let's put a box there. And an inserter there and there. And power there, because of course. And have you limited to pentapod eggs, actually. Like that. There we go. Could you not? Right, so there we go. So any pentapod eggs that come out will be put into here. And then, so that's fine. That will kind of work. Okay, we've got a load of spoilage along here. That's fine too. And get rid of that like this. Okay, so yeah, so we'll get the pentapod eggs into here, and we can feed them back through there. We can then put another inserter there that will feed onto a belt that goes up like this. We'll have another biochamber. Belt that goes like this. Have another biochamber here. because then we can feed it the food from down here like that. In fact, that should be up there, really. There we go. So that'll get the eggs. But if the eggs don't get used, then we can put them in a burninator tower. And then I don't have to worry about them. I might be being slightly over-paranoid about this at this stage. I could probably keep them for a bit longer than this, but I feel I'd rather get rid of them if they're getting dangerous. Okay, so I need to get water in here. That should be very, very straightforward. Once again, this is a swampy planet. We have lots and lots of water available. And now I can run underground to here. Boom, water. Right, so that is now absolutely everything, probably. There's a lot of nutrients going off in here, but that's fine. We don't actually care about that. We can dispose of that with the disposal system here. Now I need to go off and find some pentapod eggs, which is the fun part of this. You think I'm not overly paranoid? You think it may well be the right amount of paranoid? You could be right. Right, what have we got over this way? Have I got? Yes, I've got plenty of ammunition. And just up here, there are some strafers. I've not fought any strafers yet, so this is going to be mildly interesting. I'm not too scared, probably unwisely, but I'm not that scared because the other enemies I've fought on Gleba haven't been that dangerous. Oh yeah, these are the ones that fire missiles at you, aren't they? And then turn into more little critters. Anyway, as I say, that's why I'm not too scared. Things are... Oh, God. I forgot that they're spawners. It's nice that we're both circle strafing each other. Go away. Right, there we go. Oh, I didn't want that many eggs. Jeez. Maybe I should have just taken out one of the spawners. We can just chuck all of these in here and they'll be tidied up nicely. So put all of them in there. Maybe I should be using a stack inserter to get rid of all of this spoilage, because that is a lot of spoilage. Right, okay, this is the system working. Oh, we need to tell you to make science packs, like that. Now, I know these science packs go off after an hour. That's not ideal, but it's fine. I don't really care. We'll deal with that. As we need to. For the moment, I'm just going to let them spoil. I don't really care. It's good a way as any. This is what I would call a proof of concept at the moment. Since I've got no way to get them off the planet anyway, we might as well just let them sort of churn through merrily here. I should also hook up that to there and tell this to only run when there are more than... Yes, pentapods in there. Pentapod eggs. Let's say 5. So we've always got some in here to pass around back into here. And these guys will hopefully not hatch. Let's set that one to be to do the spoiliest first as well, to get rid of them. And hopefully that'll stay at a decent amount of time. It's sitting around 87% at the moment. And now we do the paranoia part. Hopefully none of these will ever be required. However, that seems unlikely to me. But I can be an optimist, right? I mean, I can hope that there'll never be a pentapod breakout. But I mean, I'm not foolish enough to think that is necessarily likely. I'd like you to make ammunition. Oop. I'd like you to make better ammunition. And we don't have any uranium, so we won't make any of the uranium ammunition. But we will at least put the red stuff down into here. That's going to need that. Have I run out of inserters? I have. I guess I'm going to start using stack inserters, which is a bit over the top, but never mind. No, bulk inserters, not stack inserters. And I need to bring this through here. You know what? Let's put that here and make that a red inserter, because then I can put that there and make it and use and actually put in an inserter in there. Not there. There. Add a red one down here. And you can make red ammunition once I find it. There it is. Two stacks is probably going to be enough. Right. So the theory being that I can monitor this myself. There we go. These are at 96% life expectancy, 97%. So they're probably not. They're probably not. If the system keeps running as it is at the moment, these will probably not hatch, and I'm sort of okay with that. What are you doing? That's not going to work. Try again. But I still want to have a load of ammunition in these turrets, because I feel to not do that would be a bit of an oversight. Hopefully 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 turrets with red ammunition will be enough to take out one of those pentapod things. They were a little bit scary, but they were reasonably vanquishable. How are you doing over here for temperature, by the way? 1,000. Okay. Ah, so we are generating power from this now. We just don't need very much of it because most of it's coming from solar. But when night comes, yeah, there we go. We get a nice little spike from the steam turbine, providing the power we need. These guys have got up to 1,000 degrees and are just sitting there. It looks like I don't actually need that extra supply of power coming in, which is quite nice. It's a lot easier if I don't. So, yeah, quite happy with that. So, right, so I have science packs being produced. And I've got 100 of them so far. That's pretty good. I feel these systems are not working as fast as they might. But that's because I've just made a quite small proof of concept type system here. What I would probably want to do now is extend this so we're making the eggs a bit quicker, and passing them around to be. Well, actually, I know you're only running a little bit at a time. Or I could just go. That's probably a good amount of weird alien goo to be making on Gleba. Let's not push our chances. But no, I don't think that's going to be enough. I think I'm going to need it to be made a bit faster than that. Yeah, so yes, I would expect the oh, that's the point. Yeah, yes, you're right. Other things, if you make a thing out of an already partially spoiled thing, it comes out partially spoiled, doesn't it? But the pentapods are being bred, so they're entirely new pentapods or something. I don't know. So we get away with that happily. So yeah, now we're making green science. That was sort of easier than I expected it to be. The challenge with this is going to be getting it off planet, mostly because I haven't worked out how to get plastic on this planet yet. Now I'm sure it's going to be possible. I just haven't worked out how. So plastic is made from coal and petroleum gas, can be made in a cryoplant or a chemical plant. Okay. Alternatively, there's a bioplastic recipe. Which is bioflux and Yumako sludge. Alright, that's very, very easy then. I've got both of those things. Right. Well, here's the Yumako mash, and here's the biosludge, and it's made in a what's naming machine. So I could run this belt round back over the top here. I think I might as well just produce a whole new chain of machines for doing this, and pull more of these things out. So let's move away from my current existing iron and steel production area and go a little bit further up and do something up here with biochambers. And this is going to allow me to at least produce more of the seeds for these things as well, which is quite nice. So, we're going to be making the monster mash here. And then feeding it up into another set of biochambers. I haven't even thought about the numbers for these that are going to be turning that into plastic. So you can come across here like this. You guys can do the mash, do the Yamaka mash, and we'll have yeah. So we have yes, these like that, and long handies like this passing through the mash. Yes, like that. And then these guys can do the bioplastic recipe. In underground like that, and I will need one there. We'll get to that in a time. And then yes, many inserters like this. And then across the top here that we're bringing out the... actually, if I bring out everything at the top here, like this, I can then filter out the spoilage. Filter out spoilage to the left. I sincerely hope that bioplastic doesn't spoil. That'd be very, very cruel. I don't think it does, though. I think it looks like it's identical to plastic. Right, so that is mostly that. So if I bring up some power, then that'll work. We'll bring out the seedy stuff here. So bring that out here, and then that can be just brought down onto this belt, which is already processing all of those things, taking the seeds out one way and the spoilage the other, so that's fine. But I will need a splitter here, and to bring that up and across here like that, and then start feeding these in. But I've run out of inserters, which is unfortunate. Hurrah! Plastic! That went quite nicely. That was easier than I expected, to be honest. Joy. Now, we might be a little bit short of your macos, but we are going to now start getting more seeds coming out because we've got the productivity boost over here from this point. Belts on the belts? Oh, yeah. I'm not sure how that happened, but it did, so we'll gloss over that. Belts are no longer on the belt. Also, there's a shortage of nutrients coming through, so that suggests that now this is insufficient. Where are you getting it from there? Soon it'll start building itself. Yeah, spoiling bioplastics and then presumably spoiling red circuits would be an absolute nightmare indeed, so I'm very glad that doesn't seem to be the case. The plastics are going to go into making into making red circuits in order to make blue circuits in order to make rockets, and also low density structures in order to make rockets. However, I'm not quite sure why I bothered, apart from because it was there, because it would probably be a lot easier to just bring in all of these blue circuits from here, and bring in the green and then bring in the low density structures from Vulcanus. What are we full of? I just want to pull through miscellaneous tier 2 quality stuff, really. Like this. There we go. Now I can pull it all out of these boxes. And then that'll start running again. Yeah, basically, I don't really want any tier 2 stuff over here. I just want to get rid of the... I want to try... I want to have either tier 1 for basic shipping off to other places, or tier 3 for making happy things out of. In fact, that's a thought. Could I just get this? I could just get this to ask for all tier 2 stuff from everywhere. Is there any reason not to do that? It caused an absolute frenzy for a little while. I won't do it while the system's a little bit jammed because we've got quite a few tier 2. In fact, I've got 1,200 tier 2 low density structures over here, and that would not go well if I started stealing those. Huh. Yes, Peter, I'm thinking that probably having the rocket ingredients be brought in from elsewhere is probably a better idea. Also going to need rocket fuel, which could also be made over here on the oily planets. But I'm sort of curious, partly because I know you're supposed to be able to make everything on all of the initial planets. I'd sort of like to see how rocket fuel would be made over here if we were desperate. So, rocket fuel could be made by finding it. There it is, rocket fuel. It's rocket fuel from jelly or ammonia. Okay, so I could turn jelly into rocket fuel. Now that seems like it might be a more useful thing to do, actually. I could put in the same sort of system again, but with the little brain fruits. Because I'm not actually producing it in particularly large quantities over on Fulgora. Fulgora. In theory, it'd be very, very easy, but in practice, I've sort of built myself into a corner, and I'm not really, I'm not producing very much of it at all. So, yeah, true. 30 jelly is, as you say, quite a bit of jelly. And I've only got an hour to get this stuff off the planet before it goes up, before it falls apart. Yeah, the plastic, suddenly there was loads of it, and I don't really know what to do with it all. So I could put it in a box. I don't know if it's not really worth putting it in a box at this point. Might as well just let everything spoil and go, I don't care. And fix it up if and when I actually do need plastic on this planet. Which I probably will at some point when I start trying to make more sort of random little bits and pieces like inserters, which I've run out of. And a launch pad, which is going to require a huge amount of concrete, which is going to be... Oh, no, that's just iron and stone. That's not too bad. Oh, you think that turning jelly nuts into rocket fuel and burning that is a better way to make power? You may well be right. And now at the moment, though, I don't seem to have any problems with power. The solar is producing enough during the day for this to easily tide it over during the night. Let's make another turbine, though, just in case. Let's get some more iron and make another turbine, though, just in case. Still not enough iron. Let's leave the iron running for a bit. I only made another 15 ammo. I hope that's enough for when we have the inevitable nest burst. This does seem to be at basically 100% though, so I'm not too worried at the moment. How hot have you got? It's only got up to 25 degrees from all the slaughter. That's true. Another planet could send all those things over. That's a very good point. So what have I got sitting where at the moment? So there's the Gleba at the moment sitting up here over Gleba. I could send this over to Fulgora, claim an enormous quantity of all the bits and pieces required for making a rocket. Actually, over to Norvis, claim the bits and pieces required for making a rocket silo. Presumably, you can't load a rocket silo into a rocket silo because that'd be far too easy. Let's check. Yeah, there we go. So it's going to need to be made on site, which means 1,000 steel, 200 blue circuits, 200 electric engine units, 100 pipes, and 1,000 concretes. Okay. Wait, these are things I actually wanted. Let's put that back again. Do I still want these? Yes, this was building up the power generation systems I was talking about that I've realised now is seriously overkill for what I'm trying to do. But let's get some of the steel. I can make steel is manageable, but it's very, very slow. So let's bring 1,000 of that over as well. Blue circuits are not particularly manageable. Let's do that. Let's get some of those from Fulgora. So this ship is going to do a grand tour of the planets, should we say. So you, actually, I want you to import that from Fulgora. Similarly with... What do we need for the rocket silo again? Electric engine units and pipes I've got. Pipes I can at least manage. So 200 electric engine units. Right. But that's not going to allow me to actually make any rockets. That's just going to allow me to make the platform. I think that might be a... I think that might be another ship, which will fly over to. We'll do the round trip, the sort of the Fulgora Vulcanus Gleba round trip to bring all the bits over. And we'll do that permanently. So let's send this. Actually, I don't need a ship in permanent orbit over Gleba, or over Gleba. So it will end up being this ship. But let's send this over. Let's send this off to Norvis now to get most of those parts. Then it can start doing the sort of the general round trip between the 3 planets to get all the bits and pieces that are required, and then we'll have an additional ship. So my first thought was to say we'll carry the science packs from Gleba over to Norvis, do the science there as is traditional, but I can just see that's going to lead to them spoiling on the way over. It'd potentially be more sensible to bring all of the science to Gleba. So, but if I do that, that's going to increase the amount of power I'm using there. But that's not really a problem, I don't think. Although that would, if I have more things, if I do start growing those jelly nuts in order to make more power, that's going to anger the natives a bit more. And I haven't put any defences in against them yet. So it's a tricky one. Lab version 2, okay. Oh, there we go. Oh, Biolab. Oh, I see. So you get twice as much science out of it. Can only be built on Norvis. Right, okay. So I'd have to do... Yeah, so this would have to be on... Oh, those are the ones where you suborn a biter spawner. I've heard of those. Right, okay. So I am going to want to ship the science packs over to Norvis in the long run. So in the short term, there's not much point in moving everything across. Oh, it's built. Buildable, not craftable. Right, yes, okay. So I could bring them all over to Gleba. Oh, right. Okay, yeah, so it is, yes. Yeah, okay, so I was right the first time. So they do need to be on Norvis. So there's no point. Yeah. Okay, well, we'll just have to try and get them shipped over as quickly as possible and hope that things go reasonably well. And we all know how likely that is. By the time I've got all these resources over to that planet, and I'm ready to start shipping off the science packs. All the ones I've made will probably have expired, but still, we'll leave that to we'll not worry about that for the time being. Okay, what's going on here? Why are you sad? You've not got any nutrients. Oh, because this is all spoiled because I didn't put a filter on the end of here. Okay, that's fair. Have I got any inserters left? I've got two of these guys. Filter out the spoilage and put it there. So how's that those science packs I made Yeah, they're down to halfway dead already. So I think these will not be used in the long run. I kind of need to keep making them though, because I can't stop this machine when it's partway through, because then the any eggs that are in it will spoil. And actually, I can control it from here. If there is more than... No. Run when there's less than. 200? I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm trying to do. I'm not sure what I'm trying to achieve here, apart from not have this completely fill up with spoilage. Why have you... Oh, yeah, no nutrients. Uh-oh. Yeah, that shortage of nutrients is a problem. And the system is broken. Because this was getting... Oh, nutrients from itself. That's not too much of a problem right now, but... Why did you just dump it? Oh, right. I'm not quite sure why it suddenly had a load of spoilage. Nutrients from bioflux, okay. Oh, it's you. This is the one that's out of nutrients. There we go. Yeah, so as I think we've discussed previously, the joy of these systems is you kind of have to keep them running, because if they stop running, all hell will break loose. And you'll have to come over and find a way to bootstrap them into starting up again, which is fun. I guess a way to do that might be to put in an assembly machine here, and a box with some spoilage in here, because spoilage doesn't spoil any further. So I can gather up some of that. Then I can put in... I've run out of inserters. This is why I needed the plastic. Because I want to put that there and there and there. And rotate that one, but put in the spoilage into there, and then tell this guy to make nutrients from spoilage. So this is my emergency kick it back into action system. So if or rather when we run out of nutrients here, I can come over, rotate this, it'll pass them through into here, onto the belt. We'll get all this system up and running again, and then everything will kind of work. But in the meantime, yeah, it's yeah, I've now got a bootstrap, is what I'm trying to say. So we will hopefully have a healthy supply of nutrients on here. So now this is running again. Yeah, I've got the eggs coming through and getting cooked, because we've got more than 200 science in here. But that science is nearly... Well, I say nearly dead, it's halfway dead. So I presume I can check... Can I check that? No, I can't check that in there. Fine, put it back in there. In the meantime, the Gleba has got over here and is summoning its concrete. Excellent. So that's working. This is behaving as expected. Once we get all the concrete, we can then start working on some of the other things. Speaking of though, this is far too slow. And we had a bit of a discussion about this in a previous stream. Making this run a little bit faster would be quite nice, which basically means more of these guys. Like this. And that, and that, and that. And some power would be nice as well. There we go. We seem to be ripping through the low density structures a bit, but that's because we're making loads of rockets. That's fine, that's kind of expected. Oh, landfill. Are we getting landfill over here? Yes, we are actually. Excellent. Are you landfill? Yes, you are. Alright, there we go. So now we can ship the stuff up about twice as quickly as we were before. So that's going to be an improvement there. Egg spoiling is far, far worse. Oh, quality means they'll last longer. That's interesting and potentially quite useful. I was not aware that that was a thing that quality offered. Oh, but then we're only gonna get quality output some of the time. So unless I may try and make quality eggs, try and make quality eggs, and since that goes round and round in a loop, it would be sort of self-fulfilling. Tier 3 efficiency modules take spoilage as an ingredient. Oh, lovely. True, yes, I'd need quality bioflux as well. That's a fair point. How are you getting on? 1, 2, 16. Lot of steel to come up as well. It's going to be a while until that fills up. Let's start setting up a... we'll stick on pause the thrust at the moment and start programming this for what we want it to do. So the first thing we're going to do is go over to the Gleba and unload. So we want to leave when any request is 0. Yes. I think. Then we're going to want to go to Vulcanus, and we're going to wait until item count. So we're going to need to transport a load of stuff. Low density structures, a stack size of 50. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, okay. I'll take four of those. So that's 500. That's 2,000. Take 2,000 of those from Vulcanus. I would also like to take... Let's also say 2,000 blue circuits from Fulgora. No. 2,000 blue circuits from Fulgora. I double-clicked when I shouldn't have done. And then also we're going to need a load of rocket fuel. Rocket fuel stacks up to 20. So 2,000 would be 100. That'd be 10 rows. I only really take 500 of that then. That's going to be 5 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll probably just about fit. Not really. The rocket fuel is going to be a problem because it's so chunky. And making rocket sections takes quite a lot of rocket fuel. Let's stick that on 500 for now. And we'll also pull that from Fulgora. And while I think about this. Because if we look down on Norvis, we can see all of these rockets. What is a rocket part? It is one of each. So we need to be bringing in just the same amount of all 3 of those. But rocket fuel is so chunky that it's going to be tricky. So we start from the other end again. So we go back to rocket fuel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If I take 600 rocket fuel and 600 and 600, yeah. I don't think I can get much, maybe 650. That's about as high as I think I can realistically get, unfortunately. Why are you 1,000? You should be 650. And so should you. To be fair, though, that's enough to make quite a few rockets. Make the silo on the spaceship. Yeah, that would be a possibility. I'm fine with shipping all this stuff out down onto Gleba and making it into the silo down there, because it's not going to be doing the full sort of loop with all of this stuff in there. I'm going to be getting rid of all of these things once it's had a chance to fly over and unload. It's the rest of it that's the it's the flights after that are the problem. Put that in as well so it doesn't leave until I'm ready for it to. Anyway, so we're gonna say cargo of low density structures. That one is greater than or equal to 650. No, I don't know. The first, when it flies over, it only needs to fly over with the stuff to make the rocket launch silo. After that, then it's going to be picking up all of these things, and that's when it starts to matter. At the moment, I'm not going to be putting these in at the same time as all of this stuff, so no, there's no need to make it on site. Then go to Fulgora, add weight condition, item count, and here we're getting the blue circuits, 650 of them, and we're getting the rocket fuel, hopefully. Rocket fuel, rocket fuel, rocket fuel, rocket fuel. Oh, and I should be waiting for ammunition as well. Item count. Yellow ammo is greater than or equal to. Why have we got so much in there? That seems excessive. That's a. Why does it say 2,000? I meant that to be 1,000. Oh, that's how much I've got now. Oh, fine. Item count, same down here. I want the ammunition to be greater than or equal to 1,000. And item count, yellow ammunition is greater than or equal to 1,000. Okay, so we fly. So this fills up with all of these things. The turbines and the accumulators are going to be problematic because I don't know if I'm actually making those in sufficient quantities. We'll check on that in a bit. And it will then I can then dump all of this stuff, delete all of these requests, and then just send it off to Vulcanus to pick up the low density structures, send it off to Fulgora to pick up the blues and the rocket fuel, and that should be all right. We should then be able to start making rockets with that, I think. I am making ammo on the ship. It's just I don't want the ship to leave until it's got enough on it. So there's the 2,000 could probably be dropped to 1,500 or something like that. To be honest, what I should actually be doing is stretching the spaceship, making it a bit longer, and putting a lot more of these things on, and putting a lot more of the hubs, the storage things on it, so it can carry a lot more. Maybe I should just straight up do that rather than prevaricating about with what's going on with these pipes and this. What is going on with all of this? I have no idea. What if I get rid of those? Put another one of these in. Here. No pipes. Great. Can I save another piece of pipe somewhere? Maybe. Yes, I can. There we go. Right, so that's giving me a little bit more space in there now, actually. So that might be a good thing. So what is this going to be? These are 50 per stack, so that's 13 stacks. That's like 6 stacks, so that's got 20. That's 7, so that's 20. Is this one's the problem? Because those are only stack sizes of 20. So that's another 33. So 53. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I've got a bit more space now. 6, 7, 8. 9 rows, 200 each. I can bring these up to 1,000 now, I reckon. That should be absolutely fine. There's 50 stacks of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 stacks of those, and 10. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. 1,000 is a number I'm happy with, so we'll go with that. I feel much happier with 1,000. It's only like a third higher than my original. but it's enough. But that feels like enough of a jump that it's sort of worthwhile. Right, so I need to make some turbines, I need to make some accumulators, and I need to make some electric engine units. And guess what? I've still not fixed the abomination, so that's still as is. We need to make some more pipes over here, apparently. Make me some pipes. How many gears have I got in here? All of the gears. Yes, it is still a mess. Well spotted. I've not fixed this yet, so it's going to carry on being a mess until I have a chance to fix it. If we could get rid of all these cogs, that'd be appreciated. Put some pipes there instead, maybe. There we go, just like that. And now we can start making turbines, and that will hopefully rip through a load of the cogs. Yeah, it's a horrible, horrible mess, unfortunately. And it's not helped by me making another one of these down here. Yes, I do feel bad. It's not doing anything, Jeriah. It's supposed to be a system that will make absolutely anything that's required, or nearly anything that's required. But it doesn't work, and I haven't had time between streams to go in and fix it. So eventually, this will be an Omnicrafter that will make anything I put into this requests list over here. At the moment, it mostly just makes a mess and gets itself jammed and has a sad and fills up with cogs in this particular case. Although that's because, to be fair, it filled up with cogs because I came along and broke it sort of somewhat deliberately. So that's not its fault really. It's my fault. But yeah. What else do we know? It's accumulators. Which are in here. Can we make accumulators? Let's find out. Yes, we can. Nice. There's obviously batteries being fed in here somewhere. So yeah, the recipe selection is being done manually at the moment, which is obviously horrible. But it does at least mean I can build things and then every stream I come along here and say nope, I still haven't fixed it, and everyone goes, oh Laurence, that's disgraceful, and I go, I know, and I still don't fix it. So, but eventually this will be sorted and it will start working properly, and all of our dreams will come true. Today is not that day. Right, that is enough. Oh no, it's not. Still one more needed, but I think it's on its way. Yes, there it is on its way over. What was I saying? Yeah, so that's now finished my nuclear generation down there. I think yes, I turned this station off, so all the coal has now been pulled through, and I could, in theory, rip up this entire coal plant, but I'm sort of tempted to leave it there in case of emergencies. So now the turbines that are being made ready to go into the rocket over here. So once we've done that, we can then stop making them, which will be nice. I can also hopefully make enough accumulators that will work too. Yes, there's 6 of them there so far. Need a stack of about 50 of them. And was there anything else we needed on this ship that we haven't got? Yes, electric engine units. Great. Well, I'm making those somewhere. Because they're needed by something else. Hello, Metbar. Welcome. I don't know where they come from, where they go. Oh, here they are. So I guess I need to steal some of these. Oh no, I am stealing some of those. There's 100 of them in there. Is that less than a stack? Oh, rocket capacity is 8 stacks. Right. Okay, well, we'll take a lot of electric engine units over then, shall we? That'll confuse everything. I could just do a half rocket load, to be fair. That would be a sensible thing to do. Ah, the turbines have been taken. So we've got a rocket of turbines now. Yes, we have. So you can stop. So you can also stop, because I don't want to fill that up with pipes. Need a few more accumulators, though. Let's have you make accumulators as well, because I think this is going to be a fairly slow process otherwise. And then we'll be just about there. So the Gleba has now got Oh, I needed 20 steam turbines. To be honest, 10 steam turbines is probably going to be enough for the time being. So done that, done that. Haven't done that one. Although I don't care about it so much. Actually, I don't care. I don't think I care about it enough to want to bother. I'm kind of tempted to just say, no, we won't bother with these accumulators. I don't know. I don't think I really need them. Even though, but I am producing. Yeah, I don't need them. So we'll cancel that, and then we'll come back down here, get rid of that, and those as well. There we go. Just turn that off. There, lovely. Oh yeah, doing it with. I was trying to make one that didn't use Logibots, which is why it's built around a railway, a train wagon, so I can have more inserters putting in and out of the same thing. I like to avoid using logistics bots wherever I reasonably can, to an extent. So building something like this entertained me, but it hasn't worked quite as well as I hoped it would. At least, or hasn't yet worked as well as I hoped it would. Oh, we're still waiting for the electric engine units, which I do need in order to make the rocket silo. So that one is going to have to wait for us to have enough of them in that box, or wherever it was. This box. And we're nearly there. Yes, when this stack fills up, then we'll have the full 400 that we need for the to load the rocket. It's another 30. Okay, so that's very near. That is going to get taken over by logistics bots, though, because sometimes you just can't help yourself. Is all of the science running nicely? Yes, the science is all running nicely. Excellent. Well, I guess I'm going to put the biological science on this belt here, on the other side of the yellow one. So where does that come from? It comes from here. Ah, and there is a belt ready for it. Meh. Who designed this, honestly? What's that supposed to be? Right, okay. So, eventually, when we've made some more yellow science, which doesn't seem to be happening particularly quickly at the moment, when we've therefore pulled all of these through, and we've only pulled a very small number of them through, then we'll have a proper bus spacing going on here. So those two, and there will be the swap over, and then 1, 2, 3. So I can put another one in here. Like this. All the way over to here. And then this one can be... This can bring the bioscience over, and we'll try and use it up reasonably quickly. We'll see how that goes. You can load with less. It's just a bit of a faff. And I'm being lazy. Probably excessively so, but I am. And you're going to be just green science. There we go. Right, so now, anyway, that's launched now, so we can go back to the Gleba. It'll have everything it could possibly want, and then some. So let's send it over to Gleba. And then once we get there, we can unload all of this stuff and make it into a nice shiny rocket launch silo. And then pass the rocket round to Vulcanus, Fulgora, and then back to Gleba, where we'll have enough to start shipping off the biosciences. Right, what's going on Gleba? Nothing currently. How's my pollution, actually, is the other concern. So we're safe around the north side at the moment. The south side has drifted away into the unknown. So I should probably... Let's go out this way and at least explore my my pollution cloud, even if I don't necessarily defend it. Okay, there's a couple of strafers over there. But they're not where the cloud is going at the moment. And over here, it all seems fairly peaceful, actually, which is mysterious and surprising. But I do have the spore cloud gradually expanding from my factory, and that's only going to get worse with time. So I do think I'm going to need some defences over here particularly. So I should probably put in some turrets and give them some ammunition. I don't know where I can put turrets, actually. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one to defend. because I don't really want to, I don't want to take up this area because this is prime growing estate. Maybe it isn't actually. Maybe yellow isn't. I'm not sure. Anyway, I could put some turrets in down here and here, I suppose, and up here, and hope they distract any aliens that are on their way over. We do seem to have enough brain fruit again, which is quite nice. The red fruit isn't expanding that quickly, even though I haven't been making plastic from it. Actually, come to think of it, I've just been gradually spoiling stuff up here, so that's sort of irrelevant. Potentially the next thing to do would be to rebuild this to allow it to use the bio plants here. Do I really need both of those? They're very close to getting. Yeah, I probably do, but I could put them further apart. I could put one down here and one up here, and then get rid of these in the middle, and all would be fine. And then that would allow me to do what somebody was suggesting earlier, of putting in that there and that then there. So I could do that. And that would allow me to then put in an inserter there and there to feed these guys. And an inserter there to feed that one. And that would now allow me to replace all of these with biofactories, biochambers. Not these ones because I've run out, apparently. I've used up all the biochambers I was holding, but that's easily fixed. If I come over here and grab some eggs, then I can quickly craft some biochambers. So I could if I had iron and... what? Oh, nutrients. Okay. Grab some nutrients from here. Grab some iron from not here, apparently, because it's all been turned into ammunition. Great. So I want you to enable whenever iron plates is greater than 100. So there'll always be 100 there available for me when I want it. And same for you. And then over here, nothing is happening because I'm not really quite sure why. Why are you not getting put into there? Oh, that's the wrong way around. Why is that? What? No, wait. No. That should be a takeout. Also take out iron ore. And that should be an also take out copper ore. The only things I don't want to take out there are a scrap. Right, there we go. That's better. All these things that decay, it's just such a brain, what's name? Right, so there's 12 of that. Is that enough to make a biochamber? It's enough to make one biochamber. I would like to make a second one at some point. Yeah, I could probably drop the amount of ammunition the ship is stockpiling by at least 500, maybe even more than that. But I think I'm happy with it transporting 1,000 of each of those things at a time. It's going to take, that's what, 10? No, it's 20 rocket launches, I think. So I think that's going to be plenty. I'm okay with that. And I want you to do the brains jelly. Oh, that's about... There we go. I was going to say that's about to decay, and it suddenly did. Excellent. How much more how much iron do I need to make my next biochamber? 25. Okay. Well, we'll let that run for a moment. How's the Gleba doing? It has arrived. Okay, so get rid of all of that, and all of that, and all of that, and all of that. This is easy. I approve. And that, and that, and that, and sure, that. We don't really want that. Or that, or that. Or any of... Oh, it's full. That was inevitable. Yeah, so it doesn't need this much ammunition. I could get rid of quite a lot. Could have quite a lot less here. In fact, I might drop that down a bit because it is a bit unnecessary. Some of the cargo bays down as well. I don't think I really need those. I don't need these rocket parts, spaceship parts either. But then again, there is now room for all of this stuff in there, so that's fine. Delete that. Okay, so was there something else I wanted to do? Oh yes, I was going to set this one to max out at 1500 instead of 2000. It's a good chunk less. So right, okay, yes. Now let's remove the passenger present demand. So the ship can now fly off to Vulcanus, and hopefully over there it'll fill up with low density structures. We'll check on that again in a few minutes. But in the meantime, I would like to build another one of these biochambers before everything hatches in my pockets, because that would be quite sad if it did. I would not be a happy bunny. Oh, one of those stacks of science has just gone bad. And the other stack isn't doing much better. I have to admit, that was kind of expected. Oh, I need to build another spaceship. Let's set that going early. What's Tango? Yeah, Tango's doing the oranges. Orange Tango. Blues is blue circuits, unsurprisingly. Space Face is making the space science. Spaceship 3 is just stopped at Fulgora. That's basically, I think that's just a paperweight now, to be honest. My density is carrying low density structures to Norvis. Spock is... What is Spock doing? Oh yeah, that was the one that just flew out to Vulcan and then was just kind of abandoned here. So we could just repurpose this one. I don't think we need a ship in orbit over... Oh wait, hang on. Yeah, I don't think we need a ship in orbit over Vulcanus. Could dump some of this stuff though. Let's give it all the blue circuits. And other loose trash like that. Okay, now let's repurpose this one. This can carry the bio stuff or the bioscience around. So get rid of that. I want you to go to Gleba, and I want you to wait. Well, I want to delete that, and add a section. Right. And we would like to pick up those things from Gleba. Nice. And yeah, let's only go for 200 at a time. It may mean the ship ends up travelling more than it would otherwise, but I'll deal with that for the time being. So fly over there, do that. All requests satisfied, and item count, ammunition is greater than 1,000. Fine, and then go to Norvis. Any request is 0, and wait until. Also wait until item count of the ammunition is 1,000. Okay, so that will fly merrily back and forth between the two. So that should just work, TM. Now I can come over here and... Where's my landing pad? There's my landing pad. Put down an assembly machine somewhere. Where's my assembly machines? There they are. Come on, these. There. Give me that. Give me that. Give me that. And there's something else I needed for it, but I can't remember what it was. I'll find out in a moment. Oh, steel. No, not starter pack. Rocket silo. Oh, and blue circuits. Okay, it's gone off to get the blue circuits. That's fine. And pipes. Oh, yes, I need to make some pipes. I need to make another 50 pipes. Okay, so we'll churn those out. Churn those through. Hello, Lennon. Welcome. Okay, so blue circuits are going to when the Gleba ship comes back, it's going to be full of blue circuits, so we can dump them in there. I'm making the pipes as we speak, and then I can chuck in the rocket silo up here. I might move this as well, actually, because it's not in. And then I can have the two of them next to each other and just feed the rocket production parts straight across from one to the other. So let's put down some more. Let's put down some boxes. Because you have a lot of stuff that you don't really need. There we go. So I can pick that up, bring it up here, and we will have a rocket launch silo. Rocket silo? Yes, there we go. There. And we'll have the rocket landing pad. Helpful. There, apparently. Except no, we won't. So there. There we go. So now I can put stack inserter there to keep that to just basically there we go. So that will now automatically build my rocket. I'm going to need a roboport in here to do the actual loading of it. Ah. No, it won't. That can be loaded by inserter because it's something that's carrying a because it's always because it's not a rocket part. Hey Learner, yes, I am indeed on. Well, I'm on Gleba at the moment, as you can probably see, and no, there's been remarkably little murder so far. Things have gone fairly well. Whether they'll continue to go well, I wouldn't like to say, but so far they're going. Things are indeed going. It's just taking its time. What did you need? You needed pipes. Don't drop pipes on the floor. And now I just need the blue circuits to come back from the other planet. So there we go. I assume this stack of science is about to go bled. Yes, it is. I should probably just put it in a box somewhere else, really, shouldn't I? I don't know. I wouldn't like to say what you mean by how. It's just. Yeah, it's a weird planet, yes, but you just sort of follow the rules and things may or may not go okay for you. I think I might need more nutrients along here, though. Actually, I need more. Actually, I just need more of everything. There's not enough nutrients coming through, and there's not enough bioflux either. Yeah, I might have to pull up this whole area and rebuild it again in a way that isn't awful. You see, Edmund Lupton likes Gleba as well. It's not just me. I wouldn't go as far as to say I like it. But I will go as far as to say I'm surviving. I'm not dead yet, and may or may not be able to dance and sing. No, not that one. Right, there we go. Yeah. I'd say Gleba is going reasonably well. Oh, well, you need to go there. Well, actually, to be fair, I was going to say you need to go there more than once. I've only been here once, and I'm just still here. It's taking a little while to get everything up and running as I want it to be. My science per minute is no, and my egg strategy is I hope this doesn't go horribly wrong. Basically. Egg strategy is I'm just keeping them going round and round and round in a loop here, which seems to be going okay so far, until I run out of nutrients at least, and then passing them over to here where if they can they'll get used up and if they can't they'll get burned. So it's going, yeah, I'd say it's going okay. It's just a little bit worrying. There's just basically the problem at the moment is just that I have a massive shortage of bioflux, so I need to do something about that. Unfortunately, in order to do something about that, I'm going to have to rip up all of this and start again from scratch because everything is too crammed in and it just isn't working well enough. But over in general, the system is sort of kind of okay. Oh, I've got some eggs. I need to get rid of those. Nearly forgot about them. How many of you had remembered that I had some eggs in my inventory still that were about to go pop? Yeah, the spoilage is currently getting burned and used for power, and is producing far more power than it actually needs to, or far more heat than it actually needs to. This is just pegged at 1,000 degrees, and we get occasional little wafts of steam coming out every night. That's about it. It's a little bit underwhelming at the moment, actually. Oh yeah, the other part of my egg strategy is that I've got all of these turrets around my machine that makes the eggs. Just in case the worst happens. It hasn't happened yet. I did have some hatchings in my pockets at one point, but I haven't had any happen in my factory. Now, see, I don't really want this stack of science packs in here because they're not going to last long enough to get to Norvis. How's the ship getting on? It's in over here. It's got nothing yet. Is Vulcanus broken? No. Why are you not feeding my spaceships? Because you're not set to automatic. Why are you not set to automatic? Because you have to be, because I'm shipping out rocket parts from here, so it won't automatically load them, which is really annoying. But what can you do? Not very much, apparently. Yeah, I'm not going anywhere near 200 science per minute. At the moment, I'm running at about slightly less than... well, at the moment, I'm running at 46 science per minute, and that is sufficient. It's adequate. I'm picking off the interesting researches as fast as I want to, so I don't feel any real need to increase that at the moment. I may well do at some point in the future. That's not. I'm not saying I'm never going to, but at the moment, this is sufficient for me. I think what I'm intending to do essentially is work through producing sort of minimum viable products essentially. So I have a system over on Fulgora that is producing the pink science at a rate of 4 machines. I have a system on Vulcanus that's producing the orange science at a rate of 2 machines, and then over on Norvis I have the pollution view turned on. Can we not? There we go. I have various machines producing the science packs at appropriate rates, and there's quite a lot of stuff over here that needs some serious upgrading, but it's working, so I've not been messing with it. And I'm doing 18 labs worth of science, so which is apparently 46 per minute. And to be honest, that's picking off the interesting stuff as fast as I'm researching it, or as fast as it's becoming available. Sure, there's a few things that potentially could be interesting to look into, but it's mostly I'm now into the infinite researches, like the steel plate productivity, stack inserted capacity bonuses, and okay, rail support foundations are an interesting one, but mostly it's fast enough to get me the interesting stuff as and when I want it, and I've got enough time to then go off to Gleba and try and get the planet working as I want it to. I don't need it to run faster than this, at least not yet. I probably will at some point in the future, sure, but at the moment this is fine. TM. I just need, at the moment, I'm waiting for this. No, not this ship. This ship. Ooh, to get back. No, not this ship. It is this ship. I'm waiting for this ship to fill up with low density structures, and then head over to, back over to Gleba and unload the. Oh, and then go to Fulgora to fill up with blue circuits. Then go over to Gleba to unload the blue circuits, and we get that sorted. We get the ship to, and then we can get the science being flown to where it's needed. But at the moment, unfortunately, my density is also sitting there and trying to fill up with 3,600 of them, because that's been running very, very slowly. It's been idling essentially because down on Vulcanus I screwed up and I had one of these things set up wrongly. I'd like to put in another 3 of these, but I don't believe I have the stuff in order to do so. Yeah, so we'll get that doing whatever it wants. And yeah, fine. Yeah, I've got, where is it? This machine that will try and make this stuff, but none of the ingredients are available, so it just won't happen. It's alright. It was a rather hands-on manual process. Now, actually, to be fair, I think the steel just straight up won't arrive. That's not going in. I don't think that's going into a box anywhere. The rest of it, though, might. And I could probably get the rest that way. 200 electric engines. How many pipes? 100 pipes. Let's get the bots busy. See, I'm not completely against bots when it's for stuff like this. And it's 1,000 concrete, isn't it? Yeah, 1,000 concrete. For this sort of thing, they're quite handy. You could bring over all the bits of the nukes and build and bring them over to Gleba and build them up there and do whatever you feel you need to. So yeah, it's not like the parts can't be transported. All right, I need this to feed into a blue chest as well. Blue. 1,000. Yeah, I think it's 1,000. I didn't mean blue, that was meant to be red. There we go. It says the concrete being brought over now. So, yeah, in theory I can build up... Oh, we had enough steel already. Oh, there's a box of steel there. Yeah. Never mind, don't need that. I've found that so far I have only dealt with the small Glebans, but so far I've been finding that the uranium ammunition has been just absolutely shredding them. I've taken minor personal damage when I've attacked when going into combat against them, but nothing serious. So yeah, I'd say just go in and shoot them. It's not been too bad. Now I am aware that there are larger ones out there. Those are probably going to be a bit scarier. Those I would not like to say. You might need something a little more drastic against them. But for the little guys, it's been fine. Okay, yeah. I've personally not found any big ones yet, so I can't comment on what you need for dealing with those. If you come along to the Discord server, I know we've got a few people who are we've got some Gleba enthusiasts, shall we say, who I'm sure will be more than happy to give you their advice. Yeah, Vulcanus hasn't been too much of an issue because I've got my tungsten patch down here, and that's it. That's all I need. I've only had to defeat about two of the demolishers so far. Nothing has been too alarming apart from that, and I've still got. It's only 200,000 tungsten ore to be fair, but so far it's holding up okay. I've still got 1 million coal left over here. Things are pretty cool. It's fine. Although it looks like I could do with a bit more coal mining actually. Let's stick a couple of extra drills in here. Or just set fire to the ground. That's fine too. Do I need more drills down here? No, and there's plenty coming out of that one. Because I'm not really using the tungsten at the moment, because apparently I'm not using orange science. So yeah, it's all just fine. Ooh, not there. Yeah, I'm definitely not that good at Factorio. I have a reasonable idea of, and like to think I can be reasonably smart about it, but I'm definitely not that good. I can build stuff, and sometimes it goes fairly well, but yeah. Please build that one first. No, I can't set that to automatic requests. Have you got any yet? No. No, it's all going to my density. Ugh. Which needs... It's got 800 and it needs 3,500. So that's going to be a long time. Yeah, you can always just... I mean, part of the reason I went to Gleba last, out of the initial 3 anyway, is because that means you've got the better weapons by then. You'll have a lot of the things sorted out. That said, I haven't used any of the lightning turrets yet, but I'm aware that I have them and could use them if I felt the need. Yeah, I guess it comes down to how you feel about combat in Factorio. Some people like combat, some people don't. I'm not a huge fan of it myself, but I don't mind it to an extent, and I can deal with what I've had to deal with so far. But it's not my favourite part of the game. So yeah, so from that point of view, Fulgora was quite nice because it's just going out and doing sort of logistics puzzles and setup and working out how to wire all of your belts together and that sort of shenaniganery. Other planets have other challenges, should we say? What if I just tell you to pull in everything of an unknown? I can't just pull in everything of an uncommon quality. No, that's a shame. I've got a lot of uncommon copper. Let's deal with that. Yeah, in hindsight, I'd have built this vaguely similarly, but also quite different. I'd have done all the quality handling stuff in a rather different way, should we say? But oh well. Are you collecting from... Yes, you are from buffer chests, okay. As it is, I just have a whole mess of junk coming through here that I'm churning through. Although, it's not the end of the world, because I was going to say, well, I have enough of these science packs. I do seem to still have a bit of a shortage of the... what's the name of... Holmanite coming through. And I'm not sure why. Oh, it's all coming up here to be turned into these things. Of which I have quite a lot actually now, but I do want to ship a lot of those over to Norvis to start making circuits there at some point. Oh, selector combinator. Okay. I haven't played with selector combinators at all yet. I'll need to look into that at some point. Oh yes, I remember what I was going to do. So down here, we've ripped through all of the quality, the tier 2 quality. So make tier 3 quality now, and just churn through all of the... all of that ore that we've acquired. Because the Holmanite ore, there's no point in having quality Holmanite ore. It doesn't do anything useful. You might as well just turn it into Holmium juice. Like that. It's going up. It's 500. That's 1,000 of it now. It's just not going up very quickly. Oh, we've got another one of these now in place now. Can we have another? Probably not quite, but we might be nearly there. No, we still need another 80 electric engine units, and they're being made here. Ooh, do I have got power crisis? Yes, turns out. A massive power crisis, even with the steam turbines. Oh, okay, well, let's have a look into that then. Oh, it's probably because I put in all those extra drills up here. Was it fairly recently that it became a problem? Yes. It was when those extra drills have... Wow, look at that. Oh, no, it's foundries kicking in. Okay. Well, that makes some sense, at least. How much steam have I got? None. Acid? None. I think I might have found the problem. There's no power down here, so therefore no acid. Because all of my foundries have kicked in. They're trying to take all. But I suppose because the production up here of the low density structures has kicked in, we're now using absolutely all of the foundries. How am I going to fix that? I mean, in theory, I can get more acid like this. But that's not going to help when the reason I don't have any acid is because of the lack of power. I could cut off... Yeah, okay, let's cut off the main factory for the time being. Like that. And that. There we go. Now we've got enough power. Can you rip out enough acid to fill these up? Or are you guys just now very, very slow? 44 per second. And 44 per second sounds like quite a lot. I guess this process is fairly fairly acid hungry. How much does it take? Is it 1,000 sulfuric acid each time to run and produce a quantity of steam? I do have solar over here, but it's not enough to kickstart it. We've got the... I don't even know if all these turbines are enough to produce enough power to power everything. Right, we do have steam again now. At least the pipes are full. Do I have more turbines? No, of course not. Oh, I have one more turbine. It's kind of hard to tell whether the problem is the number of turbines or the amount of acid being produced, because we'd run out of power, everything was knackered. Now fill this pipe up with steam. The thing is, a pipe full of steam isn't going to last very long once you start trying to generate power from it. I could try putting in a storage tank, but I probably don't have any. Where's a good place for storage? There's a place for a storage tank. Oh, no, I don't have enough. I need to get more I need more turbines over here. Could do with some storage. Hey, Sphere. Yeah, I'm mostly better. Not doing too badly. A tank for acid could be quite a good idea. Yeah, and this is filling up nicely. Let's plug everything back in again and find out where the problem is, because there are two possible places. It could be the acid. It could be the production here. So let's plug it back in like that. Entire base kicks in. There we go. Producing power flat out now. Steam is still fairly full. Acid is still fairly full. Power is still woefully inadequate. Blimey. There's a lot of power being used by those foundries. Now, it's not too surprising given the amount of stuff I'm trying to... Given the number of them I've got out there. But yeah, I need like 3 times as much power as I've got at the moment. This is running flat out. In fact, I need another 67. Actually, it's coming down now as we're charging up internal batteries. But still, I still definitely need a lot more turbines down here. The steam quantity has stayed happy enough. The acid quantity is actually going up. So I'm a little bit surprised it fell over. Yes, there is definitely not enough power being generated. I need, like, as I say, basically twice as much. But it's not as bad as I was expecting it to be. How do you make a turbine? I was doing this in the everything-o-matic, but oh, copper gears and pipes. That's not too bad. Let's start making them over here as well. Where am I making it? Am I making any of this stuff? There's pipes and gears and copper cables. It was copper, not copper cables, and different turbine. Yeah. Am I actually making copper plates anywhere, or am I just turning it all straight into cables because that's what you use? I am. I'm just producing cables instead of copper plates. Ah. Okay, so I'm going to need another foundry to make things worse. I mean, in order to make things better. It does, but Vulcanus has plenty of acid. I have a pipe that is gradually emptying of acid, so I don't have enough. Yeah, the planet has plenty of acid. I don't. That's the difference. I also don't have enough turbines to generate all the power that I need. Right, so I'm going to need to produce some copper. Some actual copper plates rather than copper cable. So we'll do that here. That. There's a bit of a shortage of iron coming through here as well, but hopefully that'll sort of catch up in a moment. So I'm going to need an assembly machine. I'm not going to try and be overly cute with this. I'm just going to build it in the easiest possible way. So put that, yeah, put that there and there. Oh, what was the other thing we needed? Pipes. Oh, even more iron. Oh, actually, there's some right there. So. With that, right, you are going to make cogs. So I can bring I can bring the iron in for the gears there. I can bring the everything else in from there and there. And there. Right, so I'll get me some more turbines once... no, I said you're supposed to be cogs. Oh, that's why. Select it in the right place. There we go. Make some gears. That requires us to actually get enough iron coming out here, which is going to be the tricky part. It's all just getting turned into circuits, as you can see. But that's now jammed up there, so that's a good sign. There we go. Now we can start snatching some of that out. It's going to be an obscene number of gears, isn't it, to make one of these? 50. Oh, 50 is not too bad. But anyway, that'll get that up and running. I can now come down here. So actually, I don't want that. I'd like to have more of. I've got at the moment 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't expect to have enough steam generation here. This is just step one. I'm going to want to then make some more pump jacks to go down here. Link all of this up. Get sort of twice as much acid coming through because I imagine. Yes, there we go. We've nearly run out of acid, so that's going to be a problem again in a moment. What are you guys up to? Oh, I see pipes. Okay, fine. And then I can get some. Once I've got more acid being produced, I can then start producing more steam from the acid pipe and the belt of whatever this stuff is up here. Yes, Jerry, but I don't have any pump jacks, so that's the problem. I'm going to need to make those as well. So yes, all of these things. Yes, if I had turbines, then I have power. If I had turbines, if I had acid, if I had pump jacks, if I had all of those things, then I wouldn't have a power problem. But I don't have those things, so I do have a power problem. Yes, Kuju, this is indeed that Laurence. So, okay, we've made at least none. Okay, made one so far. And, yeah, they're being added in down here. So we are now generating a bit more power, but as I say, that means we're getting through the acid a bit faster. So that means I need to make more pump jacks, as previously discussed. That's steel, gears, greens, and pipes. That feels like a thing I might have somewhere. Steel, gears, greens, and not pipes, although they're in here. Oh no, look at them on the top here. Yeah, all right, let's make pump jacks. Steel, gear, green, pipes. Make me some pump jacks, pump jacks, pump jacks, that one. And you run until it connects to the logistics network and what am I making? Pump jacks. Well, ever pump jacks is less than 20. 20 is quite a lot of pump jacks, to be fair, but I'd rather have too many than too few. So much ice falling out of the sky. Fantastic. Alright, there we go. The pump jacks are being taken away now, so hopefully we'll start to generate at least a bit more acid. Still very short of electricity down here. The inserters, the bots have put the turbine in a not particularly helpful place. I'm going to cut the cable again here, so we can generate a bit, so we can fill the acid pipes back up again, and then this system will then run a bit more nicely. We can generate all the power we need. I'll put that in there so we can power it all. Yes, all of this has gone to sleep. Yes, I know, but we'll turn it back on again in a moment once we've refilled the acid pipe. He says optimistically. I think I'm just going to put in a lot more acid generation down here, because as we saw, that was the limiting factor before. I don't want to, I'd rather not be limited by it, so we'll do this. That. I feel like I'm building this all very, very differently to the way I would have in Factorio 1 because of the change in the pipe rules. And now you just feel like, well, I might as well just link them all together. Why wouldn't I? Why not just run the pipes around like this? It's just easier. Where's my robo coverage? Okay, that's fine. It's all robo coverage. How's my power coverage? Not very. Let's put some more power over here. And yeah, those all seem to be okay. Okay, so that's not gonna. It's not going to produce any more sulfuric acid just yet because we don't have these pump jacks. Those have not been made yet. But once this pipe gets up to sort of 90% again, and I'll plug the power back in. Once the power starts running, we can then start to make those turbines and the pump jacks, and hopefully that will keep pushing everything through. Yeah, the new pipe system is much easier. It's a little bit. I think it's a little oversimplified, but I think the old system was overcomplicated. So it's gone from one extreme to the other. I think I would agree this is better. But I think it's almost gone too far in the opposite direction, I feel. Right, okay, so now we wait for the iron comes through here, it gets grabbed, turned into cogs, and we will eventually get a quantity of turbines. In fact, you know what, let's do this properly. Connect to the system network when there are turbine is less than, run when turbine is less than 20. Then I can remove that from there. And then up here, pump jacks, yeah, there we go, we're making pump jacks, excellent. In fact, we've made 6 of them, cool. So that's working quite nicely. Hopefully that'll make we'll make pump jacks fast enough. Yes, there we go. The oil pipe, no, the acid pipe is full now. So it suggests that we're producing sulfuric acid finally faster than it's being used. So that's great. We can now, let those run at whatever speed they want to, and hopefully that means that we'll now, we won't run out of acid. So I can just leave that running. We're producing steam as fast as we can, and actually we are producing steam as fast, roughly as fast as we're using it. I suspect that's going to not be the case once this finishes. Once this finishes building down here, I think we're going to start using the steam up quite a bit quicker than we're making it. So the next thing to do is going to be to copy this whole contraption along a few times, I guess. So that's yeah. All right, let's make that go underground there, because then I can remove that. And that, and have that there, and if I copy that, I guess we'll put that in. Let's put it in there, because then it lines up nicely with that, and again there. Actually, no, that should have been an underground where it just was. So put that back. And then have that like that. Don't need that pipe. Do need that pipe. I think... Oh, and then I need to link all of these together. Then I've not made this very sensibly. There we go. I can do that. Oh, I need another... Wait, what? No, let's cut that, move it to there. And then that goes there as well. Right, okay, there we go. So that's all of that, and I need power for it as well, of course. So put one of those there and there. That bit there is a little bit of a mess, but that's to put passing the acid out up here. That's fine. Steam will come in across here from all of the acid plants. Loads of steam coming through. Eventually, we'll get all of these things in place, and we still don't have enough power, but that's okay. We're kind of expanding the power production system at the moment, and hopefully, we'll get to a point where we actually do have enough. At the moment, I've only added in one additional turbine over here, so that's a bit pathetic, because the bots haven't been putting them in sensible places, because they never do. Left side not getting any acid? You're right. One. Oh, I see there's a pipe there. That's screwed up. Thank you. There we go. Still screwed up. That looks like it should be okay. Yes, there we go. Thank you for pointing that out. Right, so now... Yeah, as I say, we're waiting for for it to actually make some more of these turbines. It's trying. It's just taking a while to get enough iron through to make the cogs for them. And the long inserter isn't very good at grabbing the iron as it goes past either, which, you know, not helping. I feel like I'm perhaps not making enough iron to keep all of the circuit production happy, but then... No, we don't have any... Yeah, we don't have any blue circuits being produced over here, so yeah, definitely not making enough of that. There's still quite a lot on the belt, so it's not a crisis yet, but it will soon be. Thank you. Yeah, I still quite liked the pipe design there. It came through, it worked out quite well, I feel. Yeah, I suppose... I don't know. I have an irrational dislike for accumulators, and I don't really have a good reason for this. I just don't like them, so I don't tend to use them very much. Which is, I will happily admit, is pretty silly. They're fine. They work perfectly well there. But I think it's in previous Factorio games I've found them difficult to make enough of, and so I've just been sort of put off them a bit. So I tend not to use them. And given there was an interesting new way of generating power to look into over here, I thought I might as well. Yeah, so I did. Here, rocket launchers. Yeah, there we go. Still launching the low density structures, or rather, once again launching the low density structures. Now that we've started to kind of just about make them, only kind of just about, because we still haven't got that extra power because this is still being slow. Can we get more of these from anywhere? I wonder if there's any just sitting around in the system that I could steal. Let's find out. Yeah, there we go. There are some that have just been thrown away at some point in the past, so it's at least got another turbine made for free. Now that can be brought down here. And if we're lucky, it'll get placed here. Well, if we're luckiest, it'll get placed here. If we're unlucky, it'll get placed over... Yeah. It does kind of infuriate me when the bots will just go, no, I'm going to put this in the dumbest place I can think of. Look at that. Ugh. True, setting alarms on the planets to tell me when they're short of power would be a very good idea. Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't disagree. I should do something like that. I haven't, but I should. was going to say the iron production is starting to recover. It's not. It's in exactly the same position it was before. Ooh, is this one going to go in a sensible place? Shall we find out? Place your bets. Nope. There aren't many places it can put them. I bet the next one's going to go here, just to annoy me even more. Right, anyway, how are other things? Oh yeah, of course, nothing is happening because we're still waiting for this to fill up with 3,500, and it's got to 2,500, so we've still got another 20 rocket launch, 24 rocket launches to go. Crikey, that's going to take a while. And so because of that, the Gleba has still not got any of these yet. It's prioritising it in a funny way, so that's just sitting there. Over on Gleba, I mean, I don't know how things are going. We've got 200 agricultural science packs here that are half doomed. We've got one at 70%. So yeah, and I can't build the spaceport until the blue circuits arrive. So we still don't seem to have got very many more of the red fruits on the belt here, despite having switched over to using these things with the expectation of getting more seeds out. So that's a bit odd. I was hoping that switching over to biochambers here would mean I'd get loads of seeds, and then I'd have red fruit coming out of my ears, metaphorically speaking. But it doesn't seem to have increased by very much. Maybe there isn't room in the plantation for more. Let's go and have a look. Squish, splash, squish, splash. Ah, yes, the plantation is full. So it's not a shortage of seeds. We've got plenty of seeds. It's a shortage of growing space. Of which there is a distinct lack around here. Where am I looking? So that patch that we're already using. Oh, there's a good patch down here, actually. I could put one in here. Do I need more? Not really, but, you know, the resources are there. Interesting. I can get that one. I can't get it if I put it there. So I could do that. This thing though, do I want to grow more Umako plants? I'm not sure. Because they are coming through. They're coming through at the rate I'm using them up at. So there's probably no point at this stage. I just have more sitting on the belt. Yeah, let's leave that alone for now. I did want to rebuild the. Actually, the nutrients have caught up. We have a full supply of nutrients over here now. I'm not sure why it's caught up when it hadn't before, but it does seem to have done. Yes, I'm aware that I'm aware that the growing them at least is what causes the pollution, and it makes sense. It sort of makes sense that it's the harvesting that causes it. So yeah, that's another reason not to set up more production over there. It's kind of more just I want to tinker with things while I'm waiting for things to, you know, get underway properly. Ooh, there we go. Now we've got power. We've got enough power finally. So it's that annoying, really annoying thing where it said it needed 120 megawatts in order to keep the system satisfied. Now that I'm producing more than 120 megawatts, it goes, oh, actually, no, it turns out it's only 70. Meh. Whatever. I don't actually need as much as I was saying I needed. But on the plus side, that does mean I've got some nice headroom there. So now we hopefully, yes, got basically full acid pipes, basically full steam pipes, and a load of production down here that's running at about twice the amount of power being produced that is required. I am still going to put in some more turbines, though, in the interest of future-proofing. Just because it seems like a good idea to have extras in there. Okay, so yeah, producing enough, having the iron machine having full power now, does mean that, I was going to say does mean that some of the iron is getting passed. It's not. It's all getting turned into cogs to go into here. I could probably slow that down a bit now, though. Get rid of 2 of those. So there we go. Now, some of it is getting along here, being made into green circuits, to be passed along here to make the blue circuits. Coming through here. Am I using... Yes, I'm using EM plants for those, which is good because I get the 50% productivity boost. We haven't run out along here, so that's good too. Production of low-density structures is still not as good as I would like it to be, and that's because production of plastic is insufficient. And that's because, well, actually these machines do all seem to be running. However, there is not as much petroleum gas as I would like. There's that, which is also because there is not as much light oil as I would like, probably because it's all getting turned into rocket fuel. And there's not as much heavy oil as I would like, because there's not as much coal as I would like. Right. Okay. I feel like the correct answer to this is to bring in... There's nowhere that's sort of the perfect low-density structure production place. So you get them for free on Fulgora, sure, that's very nice, but you don't get them in large enough quantities. You can make them in large quantities over here on Vulcanus, but making the plastic to do so is a bit of a faff. As you can see, it's not producing plastic as fast as I would like. Let's put productivity modules in everything over here. Given given what's limiting it. It's going to help a bit. It's going to slow. Well, it might not. It might not even slow things down because we'll get enough extra coming through that these machines will run a bit more constantly. Maybe we'll take a look at that in a bit. Yeah, so it's not ideal making them on Vulcanus either because the plastic production is annoying. I mean, I could produce more coal. I could ship more coal over to here. I could crack it faster into oils. Sure, those things are possible, but they're also a bit of a mission. Gleba, everything is free on Gleba. I could potentially have a supply of... I mean, I have iron and copper, except it's steel, isn't it, for normal low-density structures. Yeah, so I could make copper and steel and plastic on Gleba in arbitrary quantities, and that would work, but it would be a bit of a faff, and it would require a lot of machines to get it up and running, and a lot of fruit, and a lot of fruit means a lot of spores, and that means a lot of interest from the natives. So... yeah, none of them are quite as ideal as I was thinking they were initially. Fulgora is very good for blue circuits. We've got more blue circuits than we know what to do with coming out here. In fact, I suspect I usually... Oh, no, I've actually managed to get through all the blue circuits. So I take back what I was just saying. I don't have quite as many of those as I thought I did. And the low-density structures are even lower because we've been turning them all into rocket parts over here. The electric boogaloo is trying to claim... Oh, nothing. That's just sitting there above Fulgora. Fine. Something has just left? No. I'm surprised there's such a shortage of things over here. Making rocket fuel on Fulgora, that is exactly as easy as I was hoping. You just pull the oil out of the seas here, crack it down, make it into... Well, you can use the solid fuel that comes out of the processing, and then you can make arbitrary large quantities of rocket fuel. That's great. But the other things that you need are a bit more difficult. So, yeah, it's interesting. I do have 1,800 blue circuits over here, actually, to be fair. So it's not quite as bad as I was suggesting. Alright, so... 20 is obviously not enough for that. Actually, there's no point in increasing it. I'm unlikely to do another big sort of upgrade push like I just did. So I guess we'll just let it trickle through and see how it gets on. How are you doing? 3,000. So only another 12 rockets worth. Oh, dear. You know what? Let's take this ship, send it over to Fulgora. It can stock up on other stuff. Bring that all over to Gleba. And then at least I can build the launch pad and maybe start thinking about making low density structures on site. Because that is doable. It's going to be a pain, but it's doable. Yeah, let's do that. Why are you going to Norvis? Why does that say it's going to... Oh, because the route from one to the other goes via Norvis, I remember. Yeah, so to get to Fulgora from Vulcanus, you go Norvis, Fulgora, and then you can head back over to Gleba. So it's... Yeah, it is a silly route, but okay. It is doing it correctly. So let's have a think about... So at the moment, I've got steel being made down here. Gradually. I've got copper here, and I've got plastic up here. I could bring them all together and make my low density structures. So if I do that and that, and then everything's too tight and tangled. Spaghetti time. No, I want this to come in close. Like that. And I want another one to come out like this. And then go up to here. Right, let's see how much of that I can build. That and that and that, and power for all of this would be good too. And there. I've run out of inserters as usual. That's okay. I just need more iron, which I can get from there. Inserters. There we go. Built like that. Oh, and up there as well. Okay. And you're making low density structures. So we'll see how that gets on. Oh, and I need to lay all of this belt. I seem to have quite a lot of belt. Okay, I'm actually starting to run out now. So I've done all of this out here on Gleba, and it's now starting to run a bit low. Right. So now I can filter all of that through. We'll get some plastic out here. That's fine. This is all working as more or less as expected. There's a turret here that I haven't put any ammunition in, so let's fix that. Hasn't been a problem yet. We haven't had any eggs have a crisis. We haven't had any egg crises yet, but there is always a chance of it. So we'll try and play it safe. Science packs are down to half an hour. Oh well. Right, and there we go. Now we can start making low density structures here in small quantities. But still, that's better than nothing and allows the system to start doing stuff. Let's put those solar panels back down again because, well, I might as well. Actually, this system produces decent amounts of plastic once you get rid of all of the spoilage that's clogging it up. Yeah, that's not bad at all, actually. I'm fairly happy with that. Seems to be similar spoilage problems over here, actually. Let's tidy these machines up. There we go. Yeah, so whoever it was who was telling me earlier that I might not have enough spoilage processing, or at least enough belts to take the spoilage away, yeah, I think you might be right. Still, that's now kind of going okay. And I'm going to need an inserter in along here. One of these guys. There we go. Right. How's my ship doing? It's on its way to Fulgora. Okay, fine. There's a lot of flying around in this game, it turns out. At this rate, I'm going to go, oh fine, well if I'm going to do that, I might as well do the blue so I might as well do the rocket fuel, I might as well do this, that and the other. And eventually just have started producing absolutely everything over here by other means. But we'll see how it goes. Also see how my my metal supplies hold up to this sudden extra burst of usage. So I've got almost 900 copper plates in here, and I've got 180 something iron plates. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. See whether it can keep up. Actually, I've got massive quantities of copper ore as well, to the point where the this chest is full. Wow. And Fulgora has jammed again. What have we got too much of this time? Green circuits and bricks and stone. Why is it not pulling them out then? No, there already are enough in there. Okay. Yeah. So the problem here is that I'm not pulling enough stuff out of this chest down here in order to reprocess it. What if I change that to be is less than or equal? No, is less than or equal to that one. There we go. Now all the tier 2 is flowing out as well to go back round and be recycled. So we can get rid of a load of that. Except I feel like I would like to pull the tier 2 stuff out of here somewhere rather than pass it through here, where it just ends up getting put into these things. Oh, that is deliberately keeping any higher tier cogs. Yeah, I feel like a lot of these things along here, I don't really want to be doing the quality options that I am, but I already am, so it's a bit late. However, at the risk of clogging things up a bit down here, that is helping. That's helped over here a lot. So now, in theory, I'm only pulling out the uncommon. No, sorry, the rare. I'm leaving all of the uncommon to be recycled or re-recycled. Oop, there are rockets launching. That must mean that, yes, the Gleba has arrived now in orbit here. So this will now fill up with the processing units and the rocket fuel, hopefully, and we'll soon be ready to move on back over to Gleba, where we can unload it all and then start doing stuff. So like actually launching rockets, taking science back to Norvis. You know, that stuff I've been trying to do all stream. Oh, no, that's unfair. I achieved producing power, and I achieved producing the science packs at this stream. Since then, it's been just sort of a how can I get these out of here, and it's been going off and trying to fix up other planets ever since. Ooh, we're launching some calcite as well. Where's that for? Well, it must be for the density. Oh, it asks for, yeah, okay, it asks for 1,000 calcite as well as the 3.6 thousand low density structures. Cool. Have we run out on Norvis yet of low density structures? I feel like we should be running short. No, we've still got about 1,000 of them. That's not bad. Given that this ship has been stuck over there for approximately forever, given that it hasn't been filling up properly. That's not bad. I'm honestly slightly surprised. How much of the calcite are we waiting for? 1,000, and we've got 500. And we're not going to fit another 1,000 in there. Another 500 in there, sorry. That's a problem. However, we have solved this problem in the past. Oh, I wonder if we've got any of the... No, I don't. Have we got any on Volcanus? If I put in a blue chest over here... So I've run out of the storage things on this planet. That's the problem I'm trying to deal with at the moment. Just do that and that. And I would like to request... So yeah, it's a blue chest. Good. I'd like to request some cargo bays. See what we get. There are none here. Okay. Not going to be making that any bigger then. Yeah, because this ship, we've put in 500 calcite. There isn't room to put in another 1,000. That would require another entire row. Got too much ammo. I could get rid of these things. That would help a little bit, but still far too much ammo. If I drop this down to 1,500, it will... it'll help in the future, but not so much for the time, but in the short term. If we shoot enough asteroids, then there'll be enough space for it. But that's a big ask. If we didn't have quite so many carbonic asteroid chunks in there, that would help as well. But what are you set to? 2. Oh. Let's only do these one at a time. We don't need that much in there. Then we can bring those down to 2. The wall is kind of worth having. Repair kits would be worth having, but we don't have room for them. So yeah, it needs another 10, which is a complete row, and not this row because this one has an X at the bottom of it. I'm not sure why we're not getting any sent up at the moment, though. Because we've got... This rocket's ready. I don't know why that hasn't been sent. It's full. I could fit another cargo container on there. Yes. I could if I remove some of these if I remove this solar panel, and I think I had to remove that one as well, and then rejig these pipes slightly, I can put another one in here. However, I don't have any more on Vulcanus or in the space station. Oh, it won't launch it because it won't fit in here. So if I get rid of those, just chuck some ammunition down at the ground because I feel like it, then this should come up. Because now there's room to store it here. Just. He says waiting semi-patiently. Is that rocket launched? Okay, it's launching. Right, there we go. So I think it's launching. No, it has launched. Okay, cool. Ah, and the density is now on its way back over. Excellent. So that has now that is now fixed. That is working. There's not much spare space in there at all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it'll get better once we use up some of this ammunition. So that should be all right. The Gleb is still sitting here. It's got up to almost 1,000. It's got almost the 1,000 thingies, blue circuits, which is waiting for it to have. Then it needs to fill up with the fuel as well. If we look down on Fulgora, I bet the limiting factor is that we're just not able to make spaceships quickly. Yeah, we're just not making the rockets because, well, many of the low density blue circuits are going in here, but only because the inserter doesn't react quickly enough. This is not an ideal system. I would like to have a lot more rockets available, so that I could have a lot of rockets ready. So we could, ideally, we'd have maybe 5 rocket silos or so, and all of this stuff would just be fed in a bit more quickly and easy. Yeah, ideally it would just be a lot better, essentially. But I ran out of space on this island. I guess what I need to do is set up a train shuttle here that will bring all the bits and pieces that are required for the rockets. So the pink science, the low density structures, the rocket fuel, and the well, maybe actually no, probably the solid fuel and the blue circuits onto a little train that brings them over to this island, and then I'll just have this. This could be my rocketry island, and we do everything over here on this, all the rocket stuff over on this one, including making rocket fuel in massive quantities. But that's a fairly major rebuild, and I haven't been over to Fulgora since I got it set up and sort of kind of working in order to fix that sort of thing. So it's going to be a little while. Also, we're really, really short on low density structures. That's the other problem. This planet does not produce low density structures as quickly as I would like it to. Yeah, and that's sort of the kind of thing I'm sort of thinking there, God. Yes, I could have it just doing the rocketry stuff. You could break down the scrap, but you then just trashing absolutely everything else. So if it's not a blue circuit or a low density structure or a solid fuel, you just trash it straight up and just throw it all away. And that is sort of valid. I think if I was doing that, I'd probably save the Holmanite, since that seems to be a thing that we used to be short of. But yeah, otherwise it makes sense. Oop, there's another rocket ready. So that's going to be the last of the blue circuits being flown up there now. But we still need... Oh no, it'd be rocket fuel then, which is less difficult, but also not available. How quickly are we making rocket fuel? Reasonably, but probably not sufficiently. There we go, can fill this rocket up with rocket fuel now and take all of that up as well. We're not taking up the low density structures, so those can accumulate in there as much as they like. You know, I should probably have this filling up, building the rocket as well, but I didn't think of that at the right time. I suppose I could drop carbon from space onto Gleba. Turn it into... No, hang on, wait. Is that where I want it? No, it was Vulcanus that was but then there's a huge patch of coal there, so it's kind of okay, but also kind of struggling. Yeah, if I was on hand, I'd move those each so I could do it manually rather than by having to do it all by bot. I'd move each of these a square out so I could just feed it straight in from the same chest into the rocket silo. But yeah, I'm not, so I can't. So it's going to take a little while for that to fill up with rocket fuel. But we'll let it get at least some like this. So you need 50 to launch a single rocket, and I don't know. Actually, I'm at the point where I'm very tempted to just say, let's launch one rocket let's launch one rocket full of the bioscience and send that over to Norvis in order to get it turned into useful stuff, to get sciencing with it, just for sort of proof of concept kind of thing. And there is enough rocket fuel here to do that. Not sure if there's enough processing units as well. Yeah, let's do that. Let's send this off to Gleba. Get that working. And then I can let it run around a bit more slowly and a bit more normally and casually and so on after that, and just let things kind of just work. TM. Oh yeah, so this is a spaceship with the extra cargo pod on it to give me that extra bit of room down here. As you can see, it's squeezed in down here reasonably nicely. I just had to reroute this pipe a little bit and remove a couple of solar panels. And I think we do still have plenty of power. Actually, not that much plenty. We've got just about enough power, but kind of only just. Oh, in fact, no, we haven't got enough power now at this point. the furnace is using it all up. I need to make my spaceships a little bit longer. Yes, no God, you're quite right. I think over here it's probably time to take all of this science out of here, because it's about to go anyway in a minute and a half, or 13 minutes in the case of that one. So yes, it's about to do it all by itself. Shall we watch it? No, because it's a minute and a half off, and that's still ages. We're getting on. Still some way to go. I don't have a ship for carrying this. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I was going to use the... Spock. Yes. That needs renaming. What shall I rename Mr. Spock to now, as it no longer goes to Vulcan? Something Gleby. Answers on a postcard. Okay, so you're going to be requesting blue circuits, many of blue circuits. You're going to be requesting rocket fuel, not 20. You're going to be requesting low density structures when there are any. Okay, that should fill it up nicely. Those are the things I specifically want. I don't remember if I loaded. No, I don't think I did load anything else up in it, because I unloaded it. I unloaded everything from it that I was going to want from the other that came over from Norvis. So when that arrives, it should start dropping things on our heads here. That is now down to 1 second. Blech. It all just turns into spoilage. Lovely. I'm going to take that out. And I'm going to put it in another box here, just for sake of somewhere for things to spoil to, basically. These ones, on the other hand, are only at 40 minutes. That's a bit like, oh, because it's made out of this bioflux. I'm going to take that bioflux away from you, because it's not very good. Well, that's gone up to an hour now. It's not so bad. Oh no, it's gone up to, it's still at 40 minutes. Yeah, I almost need to be burning up all of this bioflux that's going around as well. Just keeping it flowing, keep it flowing round, because we've got fairly fresh now. It's at 60%, which is about the same as the others. I don't know. I can't see how fresh this stuff is, because it's all on the belt and all the lines, all the health bars blur together, which is very unhelpful. Or spoilage bars, if you prefer. Still, 40 minutes should be long enough, at least for sort of testing purposes. I hope. Excuse me. Any request 0. Right. Okay. Yeah, you'll just wait there for a bit, Gleba. Ping. Right, so there we go. Dropping down some solid fuel now. I've got some blue circuits at last. I think I need more than that, though. Let's go and see how many I actually need. I don't remember where I got to with this. Oh, it's only 200 of them. Excellent, so we can now make that. It's going to take a moment or two to build it, but the important thing is we're now making the rocket silo, so I can go and put that in, and then we'll hopefully be starting to move. Yeah, exactly. No God, it is going to just rot. Thing is that some of these things, it's kind of okay. I don't need it to be brand new and ultra fresh, but other things I kind of do. Also, you should have productivity modules in you. Oh, I need a lot of stuff to fill this up with sufficient productivity modules for it to actually work. Almost tempted to fill this with speed modules at the rate it's building this rocket at. What's in the inventory? It's got 45 minutes. So the amount of the freshness is actually going up because we're making it a bit fresher now. So it's coming through in a slightly better state. Oh, we're running. Oh no, we're not running out of nutrients. It's just all getting used. It's just getting used up. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, looking in here, that's a bit gross. Ah, so I've ripped through... Oh no, I haven't ripped through all of the supply of copper. It's just that because there's only one smelter smelting it, it's can't keep up. Same with the iron ore over here. Okay. How are you feeling? Okay, so you've made most of a rocket. Actually, it's got a lot further in making a rocket than we've got in producing the green science. I need a freezer to put it all in. So it doesn't go off. Well, we've dealt with the egg problem, but not with the science pack going off problem. As No God said a little while ago, if it ain't moving, it's going to rot. And yeah. Ooh, rocket's ready. How full is it? Made 89, 90. Oh, how long do we leave it for? That's the question. I feel like I need an enormous parallel quantity of this. Just when a spaceship arrives, they all just kick in simultaneously. Produce the science packs massively in parallel, shove it into a rocket, ship it off, and then just turn off again and go back to burning a million. But then you go back to burning a million eggs or whatever, which is I mean, it doesn't matter. There's no actual real resources being used up here apart from the nutrients, which are well they come back. They do come back to pollution actually eventually. Ooh, we're running out of red berries. Time to do something about that. I'm stuck in a purple brainberry tree plant forest. I don't know words. Right, you go there somewhere. We're going to get a load of wood out. That's fine, I guess. I'm going to need to exert and insert, and we'll use the blue undergrounds again here, like this. And a quantity of landfill as well, because apparently everything on this planet requires you to do it with landfill. Where was that? I don't remember where it was. Here. Oh, it's going to need 2 pieces of it, isn't it, actually? Bring it over. Oop, here. Ooh, other side of the belt. Interesting. And then bring the seeds in. Keep getting stuck on things. And to there. Right, there we go. Whoop. Schmack. Bzzzt. Plant. I would like that to be a stack inserter. I can't afford stack inserters at the moment because I don't have enough iron. And in fact, the whole place doesn't have enough iron. I think that means I need another smelter, to be honest. We're looking slightly healthier for red fruits over here again. That's a good thing. So I'll put in a temporary couple of smelters here and take out all of that. All was a mistake. Let's make another two of them, and I'm still out of inserters. Where are they? Oh, I'm still making them. Yeah, how's the rocket doing? You're still at 40, down to 43 minutes, but you've got 165, 167. Maybe let it get to 200. 200 feels like a number, and then we'll see how it goes from there. Because yeah, the science production is going perfectly well down here. It's just a bit tense trying to get it to be exported sufficiently quickly before it all goes gross. I'm trying to generate. I'm trying to move. I'm trying to make the biological science packs, the Glebian ones, the ones you make from these egg things. And I'm debating how much to put into the rocket before I go, well, that'll do, I just want to get it moving, because it's scary. The limiting factor, or it seems to be the rate the eggs are breeding at the moment, actually. Because this machine is idle most of the time. It takes very little time. I don't see. Oh, 4 seconds to make. 4 seconds to make one of these packs. So it's reasonably quick, but a lot of the time it's just waiting for more eggs to be produced. So if I wanted it to run fast, whereas the egg growing takes why can I not find it? 15 seconds there. There we go, to make 2 of them. So yeah, I could do with 2 of these machines making the eggs, but that's the scary part. Uh-oh, what's happening? Okay. I'm getting green biters coming through now. Yeah, possibly I need to extend this a little bit further out into the water as well to get a bit more bullet coverage. Like this. That's not what I meant to press. That's what I meant to press. And I'll put in some landfill around here as well, just sort of to... Oh, I'm not going to get any of this up here, actually, am I? Because... yeah, I'm not going to get any of this over here because it's not in that logistics area. Or is it? Maybe it is, actually. Yeah, I am. Okay, I'll take it back. I am going to get it all up here. Nice. But yes, looks like we've got behemoth biters coming through now, which is a little unfortunate, and is probably why I lost a piece of wall. Anyway, back in the joyful planet of Gleba. Ah, we've got over 200 now, so let's deliver that to the Mr. Spock. And over here we'll say, yeah, okay, it's only asking for 200. That's quite good then. It's never going to run automatically because we're never going to get 200 of these science packs into a rocket because we're never going to fill a rocket up completely because by the time we've because it's about 2,000 you can fit into a rocket, I think. By the time we put the last ones in, the first ones will have expired. In fact, due to the way it averages the age of the science packs, by the time we put the first one, the last ones in, the last one will expire as well, which is a little bit weird, but that's how it is. Anyway, in the meantime, you are going to need to request that down from space. So pull that down. It can be sent in along here, and then this is a very long belt for it to go down. Oh, I haven't finished this belt. That would help. There we go. Oh, and we've got rid of... Yes, we've finally used up enough yellow science to have used up all of those flying robot frames that were sitting on this belt and stopping my bus from being a neat, tidy bus. That's the way I would like it to be. Pop frenzy. Lovely. Right, so the Spock is on its way from Gleba to Norvis. It'll be there relatively soon, actually. Yeah, I think I might need to do a custom minimum request of the pack. That's a good shout. Yeah, there we go. So it'll just get the 200 that it's asking for. Because, yeah, I'm just worried about how quickly it'll go off. And then over here, I also need to have an inserter here that filters out spoilage and puts it into a... Put it into a red chest for now. See how we get on. You never know. We might not produce as much as we expect to. But we probably will. Hey, Seelan. It goes green and unpleasantly. Yeah, I'm working on bringing the biological science pack over from Gleba. And, well, the ship is on its way. So it hasn't gone off yet. We haven't filled up the ship with a big pile of goop. But it's got 38 minutes left on it, actually. That's not too bad. That might actually be workable. I think my biggest concern at this specific point is that we're now going to be putting a load into this rocket that is going to be at I don't know what level of freshness by the time the spaceship comes back. And that might lead to a lot of gunge being delivered to Norvis. And I don't really want to deliver gunge to Norvis. That's not what we're about here. Delivering all the science packs to Gleba might be the way to go. We shall have to see. But we have nearly arrived. Nearly arrived at Norvis. Well, I'm going to click there. Okay, fair enough. Basically what I expected to happen. Nearly there, nearly there, nearly there. And stop. And launch. Launch, please. Launch. There we go. Boom. And down on Norvis. Here it comes, probably. Ah, removed, finished. Oh, no, that's pink. There we go, that's the green one. There we go, it's got 190, 170, they're all being dumped out onto the belt here. Lovely. So let's quickly try and do some green research. So I thought tree seeding sounded like a fun one. That only uses 50, that's a good start. I would quite like to get some better quality captivity. That seems like a vital thing. This is a good thing to get the productivity of research up. So let's do that one. It's 1,000. That's quite expensive. Carbon fibre sounds like fun. Ooh. Yeah, right. Let's get carbon fibre. That looks like a lot of fun. Advanced asteroid processing allows me to process ice into calcite. Okay. Carbonic into sulfur. Oh, and iron into copper. That seems potentially useful. What else have we got with this weird green science we can do now? Plastic bar productivity, maybe. Rocket fuel productivity. Rocket fuel productivity, maybe. Oh, so we'll make that in huge quantities in over on what do you call it? Healthy food, healthy body. Yeah, sure. Stack inserters. That sounds fun. Let's have that instead of. Let's move captivity over to the end because that's an expensive one, and I don't think I'm going to have. Oh, actually, so is that one. I don't think I'm going to have enough science packs to do. Well, I'm going to have to be able to do tree seeding. I don't think there's going to be enough to do carbon fibre, even with the research productivity buffs I've got. Yeah, Fulgora. I've got Fulgora and Vulcanus producing a trickle of science. They're both fairly slow, but they are basically working. Yeah, so the question is mostly about whether this science can get over there before it goes off. It's very unhelpful the way the bars overlap each other like this, so you can't tell really at a glance how much freshness is left in the science packs. Okay, Doopy. Well, thanks for joining, and yes, I'll be here on Wednesday as normal. See you then. Right, so that's all of my 200 green science packs that now have been unloaded onto the thing there. So now the Spock is back on its way back over to Gleba. And when it gets there, it will pick up whatever science packs are available. So this might actually be a reasonable system. Okay, we've got 100 in there so far, and the ship's on its way back over. So we're probably only just going to have got to 200 by the time it arrives. Producing the science packs faster seems like a good idea, but keeping the ship in constant movement as we are, I think, is the way to go here. As somebody said a little while ago, if stuff's sitting around, then it's going to spoil. What was that? How was it phrased? It was quite nice. No, I don't see the message, but it was very nicely phrased. How are things going over here? Okay, well, we have low density structures sitting there. So the other thing I need to do is get the, not the Mr. Spock, get the Glebing again. So we don't need to wait for a passenger present. Let's just unload those because they're there. And off you go. Head back over to Vulcanus, load up with low density structures, over to Fulgora, load up with all of the good stuff from there, and we'll see how the system goes. The tricky part of getting the rockets going is just getting enough stuff to get the rockets going. I'm struggling a little bit with that. Also, little things like producing the low density structures fast enough, which is down to producing the the plastic fast enough. But I have got a lot of productivity modules in here now, so that's helping. Down here, the blue circuit production is not quite as fast as I would ideally like. It's gone down at the start, so I'm still not producing the iron plates quickly enough here. There isn't really room to squeeze in another machine next to this one, which is a bit annoying. I can put speed modules in it, of course, if I have any. I don't think I do. Nope, I don't. I can make them up here like this. That's not too serious a problem. So if I copy that, put it, yes, there works, and extend that, and then say no, actually you're meant to be a speedy module 1, and you're meant to be a speedy 2. We can make those on site as well, and then you'll be changed to that being a speed 2 as well. This is where you should use the parameterized blueprints, but there are only 3 things in there, so it wasn't really worth it. I could put speed modules in the machines making the modules. That'd be actually, that'd be kind of useful. Particularly the productivity ones. Although this does actually, this has all come to a ground to a halt now because we've got full plastic up here, because there isn't a spaceship up there demanding all of the low density structures. So yeah, that's kind of okay, I guess. Oh, and I should fill that up with prod mods as well. Okay, so this is nearly here. When it arrives, we'll launch 4 rockets worth of low density structures pretty quickly, and then it'll sort of slow down to a bit of a crawl while we wait for the rockets to build and for more stuff to pull through. Ideally, I would like to put in some speed beacons in here as well to make this whole thing run faster. I don't have any beacons over here. How difficult are beacons to make? Beacon. There it is. Steel, copper cable, and reds and greens. Not very difficult then. So let's put in another of these here, and one of these here, and these. Like that. I want you to make beacons. I want you to run until there's at least a couple of beacons in the system. When it's less than say 5, I don't use beacons a lot. What did you need? You needed those 2, and you needed those, and you need those. There we go. No, I did a thing. I did a thing. Yay! So I can now grow trees if I want to. Just normal, generic, vanilla, basic trees. And I've started working on the carbon fibre. So if we now take a look back over at Norvis, because there is science happening over there, that means this is horribly garish. But there were, yes, there we go. There are my biological science packs, and they are gradually going off. If I look in one of these here, we can see that one's down. It's down to half an hour. So there's actually a decent amount of life left in that. It's not going to turn into spoilage just yet. My worry that has only just become a worry because I've only just thought of it is that I haven't got a way of unloading spoilage from all of my labs. So when the inevitable happens and we finish and some researchers or when a load of the biological sciences go off in one of the labs or in all of the labs, then they're all just going to be full of gunk and I'm going to have to go through and clean them out manually, which is going to be annoying, but oh well. So how are things going on Gleba? We've got some spoilage in here and I don't know how to get rid of it. I guess like this? Yeah, there we go. So I'm not sure why there was one. There must have been one science pack that was just a bit old. Got left over. So that's now gone back up to the Spock. Here it is. Shoop. Ding. There we go. So we're filled up with 200 agricultural science packs. We've got 45 minutes to get back over. So this is working quite nicely now in a nice neat loop. The only problem, as I say, the only problem I'm foreseeing here is with those science packs going off inside the labs, and the labs are too small probably to put in another inserter around them. Citation needed. It would be fiddly to put in another inserter around the labs to pull out any spoilage. Not impossible, but fiddly and annoying. And would require a bit of tweaking of power. With this, that's fine. Yeah, it's going to be fiddly and annoying to get the spoilage out of these labs, but it is at least going to be possible. So it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Alternatively, I wait until I've done this research and this research, and that'll allow me to then start making biolabs, which I have this feeling are going to be a bit bigger, and then there'll be more room around them for inserters and things. So we'll see how that goes. But at the moment, I do have this working basically as I want it to, and I'm reasonably happy with that. That's going quite nicely. So this brings me to quite an interesting point. I've now got to the point where I am producing the science packs from all three of these planets and shipping them into Norvis, and it's basically automated. Things are working pretty well. I'm able to bring in all the resources that are needed, and then do the science on Norvis. Now everywhere is a mess at this point because I've been going out and going, ooh, let's go and play with the new shiny things on Fulgora and then Volcanus and then Gleba. So I've been going out there messing around, building up something that basically works, but is a bit sort of cursed and naff and just generally not very good, not up to my normal standards. So I have a few choices here. One is to keep pushing ahead with the exciting new stuff and go off and investigate Aquilo. That sounds like quite a nice thing to do because, you know, I'd like to get to Aquilo at some point. The other thing that's potentially worth doing is having a bit of a think about how I want to upgrade my various planets and make them not quite so terrible. So my Fulgora is it's a bit of a mess. It's partly the terrain. It's partly me being a bit hard of thinking when I was setting it up. It's I will happily accept a lot of the blame for the design mistakes that were made here. But I was sort of playing with things and then retrofitting them, and it's all just a mess. So yeah, I could redo that. I could redo Fulgora and try and get it so it's processing the scrap a bit faster. Maybe we're getting more of the high quality stuff out. In fact, once I do the research into epic quality, and maybe even into, and that requires a Quillo. Once I do epic quality, then maybe it'd be worth trying to get, trying to redesign this so that it's working, getting me some epic stuff through, and just rebuild it so it's not awful. Maybe do that on a different island. This one over here looks nice and big, actually, so that's possibly a good contender. Or maybe even these two are almost close enough together that I could share power between them. So I could produce electricity on this island and then do building on this one, or yeah, probably that way around. Or store electricity on this one and do building on this one. Or over here, this is just a nice big island by the looks of it. Actually, this one down here is huge. This would be a much better one to go to. So I could head down here, put a bit of power storage up here with some high quality accumulators, and then build some more scrap processing down here. Or over here, this would be a good place to put the accumulators because it's almost a separate island, perhaps. But they're close enough together that I could link between them. And then rebuild with lessons learned, and try and then have a massive, or maybe even put in a massive rocket fuel production facility on this one over here, and just generally do it again but better over on this island. So that's quite tempting. Foundations is not a bad idea as well. Yeah. Then Vulcanus is actually Vulcanus is pretty good. It could be a bit better at on the plastic production front. And the blue circuits are struggling a bit at the moment. But we've got some speed modules in here now, and that's helping. So we should now be able to hopefully make the blue circuits over here as fast as I'm currently trying to. I could even speed module some or more of these if I wanted to, but then we start to see problems with the copper cables coming through. So that is a reason to go on for the stack inserters. No. There's so many options there. But basically, I think of the planets I've been to, Vulcanus is the one I'm happiest with. It does basically work. Things are set up reasonably sensibly. It's not a nightmare. It's kind of working. Gleba is also actually working. My biggest concern with Gleba is that I've come in here and I've built the system up and got it ticking over nicely, but I haven't put into any consideration into defences. So at some point, the pentapods are going to take offence to my spore cloud. And now at the moment, the bottom end is currently safe because I explored out and checked it, and that's okay. The top end is now disappearing off the map again, and that's a bit of a concern, especially as I'm not 100% sure how I'm going to defend it. Possibly, I could put a wall across here of turrets and lasers, turrets and lightning turrets. I could feed ammunition from down here. How much have we got? 200 in there now, so that's gone pretty well. I could feed ammunition from here onto the other side of the seed belt. And then bring it up here, split it off at the top, and yeah, create some sort of little defensive structure across the top here. As it is, it'd have to go probably across about this far, and I'd probably get attacked from an unexpected direction. I don't have a good feel for how defenses need to be put together on Gleba, because it's very new and very different and very weird. Also down here, perhaps I should be putting something across at the bottom of here. To protect my my brain tree plants over here, brain fruit plants. I don't really know, and that's the problem. But if I go away and just leave it, then it's going to gradually produce more and more pollution until the whatever aliens decide they don't like me anymore and want to come over and do unfortunate things to it. Now there's a nice big lake over here. If I run out far enough, then yeah, this seems to be unpassable. Or impassable, rather. If it's impassable for me, does that mean it's impassable for the pentapods? I don't know. Biters wouldn't be able to cross it, but I don't know about the pentas. And looking around here, well, okay, there's this area over here, but only some of this am I going to be able to build on. You see, none of this is all swamp, so I can't build here. There's a little bit of land here, so I could put some turrets in here, but this is all swamp. Now, I know that biters are attracted to turrets. Are wrigglers? Are striders? Are stompers? I don't know. It's very hard to say, so I don't really know how to defend this. I do know that I've got some buildings down here that are these two things that are polluting fairly significantly on a sort of on a Glebian scale. But I'm not sure I'm not sure how to necessarily how much defense they're going to need. and or even what sort of attacks they're going to get. So there's that problem up here. And then, as I say, again, also the same sort of problem down here, where we've got this whole area, I believe, is marshland, which they can cross, or at least I can cross, so I'm assuming they can. But I can't build on it. But I could put some turrets across here, and assume that anything that's being pulled in towards these, towards my farm here is going to get attracted to it, and then spot the turrets on the way in and attack those. But it's all a bit assumption-y, and I don't really like going for assumptions because things might go wrong. But what I can do, well, I can't put some Tesla turrets up here because this area is all swamp, as previously discussed. So this is what makes it difficult. I could do this. Put those in there like that, and then run power up here like, not like this. Tafili is in the way. Thank you, Tafili. How about not being in the way? Bad Tafili. Putting a pylon in wherever it'll go. I kind of don't care. Like that. There we go. So now we've got some Tesla turrets. Oh, actually, you know what? I can look in the Factoriopedia and find out how effective the Tesla turrets are going to be against the Glebians. So, small wrigglers. That's their attacks. Resistances to laser. Okay. Laser, laser, laser. Don't make that noise, it scares me. Strafers. Explosive... Oh, no. Resistances to laser and physical. Okay, so that's potentially good. Stomper. Impact, laser and physical. So actually, lightning, electric damage, electric damage is going to be really quite good against them. I didn't look at the numbers, actually. So how much damage are you guys doing? 120. And can jump as well. So if we have these little critters coming in, they've got a health of 100, so they can be one-shotted by the lightning gun. Nice. And that's premature. Medium, 200. So it'll be two-shotted. That's not bad at all either. Strafers, 800. So they're going to be a bit harder to kill, but sure. But they'll tend to run around in circles around it, launching the little floaty guys probably, who aren't mentioned in here. And these ones, 3,500. So these guys are a bit more dangerous. If a Stomper comes in, then things are going to go badly. Yeah, so we shall see. Switching Vulcanus over to regular coal liquefaction. That's a possibility. I've not actually researched that yet, although I totally could. I haven't really needed it. I should have a look at the numbers and see. So that's 10 coal turns into a bit of each as well. So that's kind of handy. 65 heavy. What's the other one? You successfully distracted me. I'm going to have to go and have a look at this now. 10 coal to 50. Yeah, okay, yes, you're right. It is straight up better. Okay, well, let's switch over to that then as soon as we reasonably can. So I'll stick that in and nudge, 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 nudge. Oh, idle drain, power drain. That's a point. Yeah, I have. Oh, yeah, you're not kidding. Look at that. Yeah, that's using 3 megawatts when it's not doing anything. That is by far using up more power than absolutely anything else in my entire factory. Okay, maybe that's not such a good idea. Let's have a look. How much power have I got? Okay, so now this is running constantly. Temperature of these things is staying fairly steady. I feel like having another one of those in there is a good idea. Output 103 per second, consumes 60 per second. Okay, close enough. Might need an alternative supply of matter for this. Oh my! Oh yeah, apparently I am. Well, I'm not on the sort of the bleeding edge ultra beta things. I think I'm on latest stable. So yeah, I just need to do more stuff so I get more spoilage through, so I get more heat and therefore more power. We'll we'll see. But yeah, so we can cope with these. Let's drop it down to 2, and then put in 2 at the other end as well. And I guess we'll just see. Worst case, I'm cautiously optimistic that the Stompers or whatever will come in. They'll wreck these guys, and then they'll leave it. Then they'll leave the rest alone. Let's put in some standard turrets as well. Like that. And give each of these guys some ammo. Like that. Now, in theory, these have got a much these have got a much longer range. So if we get any sort of normal attacks in, hopefully the Tesla turrets will take them out, and then we've got those in as emergency backup if required. And if that all fails, then my feeling is, worst case, something will come in, it'll wreck this area, and then it'll wander off again. It won't be attracted to the main base down here, because this area isn't producing any spores. That's my hope. I may be completely wrong about this, but it's my hope. How much to make a recycler? Lots of things I haven't got. Okay, never mind then. And then I kind of need to do the same thing down here as well. And put in... Again, I'll put in a pair of Tesla turrets. One there. One not there. One there. There. The Lickmore can get out of the way. There we go. Schlurp. And then the normal turrets. Doot, doot. And, alright, we'll give these guys green ammo because I've run out of others. And also we'll find a way to get power down here with a large pylon. Okay, I've run out of landfill apparently. That looks like solid land over there. It's got plants growing on it and everything. Okay, there we go. Just need to get rid of the plant. No, I don't. That's jelly nut wetland. Can't do that. Come on. There must be something around here that I can stand on. Jeez, these swampy planets. Right. So, that's protecting from the south and a bit west, because I sort of feel that if I get any attacks, it's probably going to be this area over here. And then this one is sort of protected from the northeast, because I feel that if anything comes in from up here, it's probably going to come in this way. So I think that's a sort of decent level of protection. Well, no, it's not. It's a sort of a bare minimum level of protection. But I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. If everything gets wrecked, then everything gets wrecked. We'll deal with it later. Okay, so the coal liquefaction research is happening, which is what I was expecting to happen. But we do have a lot of Glebian science on the belt over here, which would be nice to use up. And actually quite a lot of it in the machines as well, which has 28 minutes left on it. Okay, so I think that's plenty of time to finish off coal liquefaction. And then we can get back onto the carbon fibre and rip through that and just get it all used up before it goes off. This idea of science going off is absolutely horrible. I don't like it at all. Right, let's do a little bit of design tweaking over here. So for one thing, let's do that and that and that. That's a little bit of a mess, but never mind. Get rid of those. I will probably be alright getting rid of that. Let's do this anyway, just in case. Right, so they've all gone into there. They'll be fed into this machine as and when it's ready for them. Which will be approximately it'll be approximately when we get some more Glebian science coming through, and I don't know when that's going to be. But never mind. We can stockpile a little bit of science in the chest at the bottom. I don't care. Also, down the side of here, I'm going to need to have a disposal chute for spoilage. So it'd be like that. And then there'll be an underground here. Like that. No, not that, like that. Undo. Like that. That and that. That's going to have to move up one. That then goes under there. And we get rid of that. Fine. When that comes back, you'll have power again. It'll be all right. So you're going to be set to filter to spoilage. Spoilage. That one. And you're going to point the other way. And we're going to have an input there instead. And copy that to there, like that. Right, so there we go. Now we've got all of the sciences being fed in, and all of the sciences being fed out as well. And the spoilage being fed out, and this sort of belt system should just work. And I've done 1, 2, 3. Right, and then you need to have that there, and that needs to not be there. Okay, so actually I can just take this and copy that in again. Wait, what? There? No, that's not right. So that'd be there with those settings, and then we'd have another underground like that. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's better. Oops, red light came on and alarmed me a bit there. So is that? Have I got a pattern that I can copy and paste yet? I think so. This is going to cover 6 labs, so I need to I want to do 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So just this one up here to do now. So that'll be another. Get rid of that. Yeah, so and that. Put it in there instead, and another one of those there. Right, okay, so I've got a decent amount there. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. 5 is fine, I guess. Take all that. I need one overlap like that. Yes, there we go. That's how I want it to go. Boom. Pick all that up. And now, to make it a little bit better, I want to get 6 of them, and I want to include that power supply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I want all of that. So that was those. So that's now these. If I paste over all of that. And all of that. Right, there we go. And now I can have this belt come out the top like that. And come over to here. And also feed in there. Right. So that should now be protection against all of my, all the gubbins going off. However, there appears to be some things going wrong along here. I thought I did a sort of I did the sort of the super force paste over everything. So there must have been some mistakes on the original design that I've copied and pasted. Because there shouldn't be any gaps along here. That's definitely a mistake. But I think that should work, and that should keep me spoiler safe over here. Oh no, I need that to be. In fact, let's put this over here. That's a much better idea. That's unfortunate. There's too much belt at the top. This bit of belt at the top here isn't going to get used. So we've got a handful of the science packs that are just going to gradually rot on the belt and eventually get forgotten about and turned into spoilage. But c'est la vie. Have we got more No, the Spock is still waiting to load up on over in Gleba. What is Gleba doing? Glebing? There's 391 in here. Why aren't you launching? There you go. Minimum payload. 200. Why aren't you launching? I've been waiting for someone to comment on the pronunciation. I've been quite deliberate. Well, I've been trying to alternate between saying Gleba and saying Gleba for the whole stream, and you're the first person to comment on it. So, congratulations. Oh, we've run out of rocket fuel. That's why. Yeah, you're right, McBain. That's the job of the Glebed over here, where it's filling. It is filling up on rocket fuel. It's just waiting for 1,000 of it, and that's taking a very, very long time. It's probably not realistic, unfortunately. Let's just go now. We've got 200, so that's enough for 4 rockets, which isn't too bad. We can let it do another loop and pick up some more. Because I'm paranoid about making too much stuff on Gleba, because it'll create too many. It'll upset too many of the natives. So I'll just get Glebed. Yeah, and actually, I looked at the recipe. It takes quite a lot of this one. One of those things hasn't been upgraded yet. It takes quite a lot of the jelly to make it. That isn't necessarily a reason not to, of course. In fact, maybe I should. I probably should be. All right, let's set up some. Local rocket fuel production, and the rest of it can just be top up. How do I do this? Right, I need some eggs, and I need some of these. And I need some more iron. And I need some more nutrients. I don't want the bioflux, thank you. Am I collecting that, or is the... No, it's just the machine. How many eggs did I pick up? Where are my eggs? Where are my eggs? Have they all gone into making machines? Probably. Hopefully. I don't want to have any left over. That's the way things go badly when I have eggs left over. Exactly, no god. That's exactly my thought. Oh, I made a turbine apparently. I have some seeds. Yeah, needing more iron is pretty much the standard base state of Factorio. I'm aware of that. Oh yes, this one I hadn't upgraded because I didn't have any way to feed nutrients into it. I mean, I could do this. It's horrible, but I could do it. No, I couldn't. Well, I could, but it'd be even more horrible than I'm implying. Yeah, alright, let's undo that. Just back to that stage. There we go. Oh, that one. That's a good idea. Yeah, I could do that. And I could remove that and 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 that. That's much better. Thank you. Good suggestion. A pocket full of weird jelly. Have some weird jelly. There we go. Putting biter eggs on Fulgora. Yeah, that's kind of... I can see their point. That is kind of funny. Cruel, but funny. Right, so let's have a look at how making rocket fuel over here. Do the rocket mash. This one, bioflux, jelly, and water. Bioflux is up there. I could have another output of it and bring it under here. How busy is this machine? Not very. That might be a good way of doing it. Oh, thanks for the sub, McMahon. Much appreciated. Yeah, bring it out over here and down this way, and then it's the jelly, which just comes from these machines. Oh, I'm gonna need I'm gonna need nutrients as well, so I might as well split that here, and then they'll get in the way of this. I might as well bring this belt all the way back round. I am going to run out of belts in almost immediately. There we go. That's acquired me some belts back at the extremely high cost of a load of blue belts. I should just start making them. They're only iron after all. The yellow belts that I'm using in quantity. Okay, so here comes my everything. So let's put in this machine in. We'll have two of those, I think, and we'll do the we'll do the making the jelly again. And we'll feed it from both sides. I'm running out of inserters. I need to put down some sort of mall on this planet so that I actually have supplies of, well, all of the basic parts, really. I don't have a lot of that at the moment. And also all this is about to decay. So, yeah, you're going to need nuts and food, and you're also going to output the seeds. Okay, that's fine. So we're going to output the seeds like this. Jelly nut, yes, jelly nut seeds. That's that one. Like that. That's fine. And then we can input across the top here with these inserters like that. Get rid of the spoilage like that, I guess, for now. And then put another pair of machines in over here like this. And you guys are going to do the... I've forgotten what I was doing now. Oh yeah, the rocket fuel recipe. It's bioflux, jelly, and water. Conveniently, I have water over here as well. So, in order to do this, I will put in an underground like that. And then a pair of red inserters in the middle of there, and a pair of blue inserters on the outside of there. And... pair of exerters there to take out... Actually, no, just take out everything. And then I'll filter out any gunge. In fact, let's have them do that and spoilage. It does mean that I need to filter the belt again down here. Of course, everything's gone the wrong side. It wouldn't be Factorio if it hadn't. Do that. Okay, so spoilage comes this way. That's fine. Ah, my rocket has launched. I hear that. And that can come back up here and go onto there. Very nice, but on the top side. There we go. Have a little bit of variety on where our spoilage goes. Pull that through. And also... I mean, I can split the spoilage out here and take it away. That's not difficult. Like that. Yeah, we'll deal with the bioflux later. That might just work, actually. Okay, so there we go. That's that going. Move that out a little bit, and then run a water pipe down and do that, and that, and that. And are you happy? Yes. So then it's another splitter, splitting out spoilage once again. Might be noticing a bit of a theme here. There's always more spoilage. Run that down there like that, and we should also have some rocket fuel coming out of here if we're really lucky. What is the rocket? Yeah, okay. So the spoilage here is just for stuff it's picked up that has gone off. So as soon as that, oh, we should get jelly coming through at some point. Why are you not making jelly? You've not got any jelly nuts. Fair enough. That's a pretty good reason, to be fair. It would work better if I had some jelly nuts to put in there. And then the rocket fuel can come over here, and I'm going to need a lot more iron. There we go. And for the time being, I'm just going to handcraft belts because I'm lazy or because I'm not lazy. I don't know. I'm going to handcraft them anyway. We should get some rocket fuel coming through here. Yes, there it is. There's the rocket fuel. Right, so we have a pittance of low density structures and a pittance of rocket fuel coming through. That will hopefully be enough just to keep this place running when we don't have any coming through from anywhere else. And actually, what I should be doing is running that into here. Oh no, you can't put stuff into the back into there, can you? Alright, we won't be doing that then. I was thinking I should put it into here because then I won't... what I can do actually is put in a couple of those there like that and do that. And up here I want to use filters. I want you to be filtering on rocket fuel. And I want you to run when there is no rocket fuel. So that will only run when there's no rocket fuel down. What? Oh, read belt. Hold. So this will run. This will feed rocket fuel in from here when there's no rocket fuel here. This will do the same with low density structures. Use filter low density structure when LDS equals 0. Right, so there we go. So we'll use these by preference, but if we run out on this supply, because we're launching so many rockets, which I don't think we will actually, we seem to be producing this a lot faster than we're using it. Then if we run out, then we'll use the supply from here, and that'll mean that the only thing we're really bringing over here in the long run, theoretically, will be the blue circuits, and those are a lot quicker and easier to get hold of. So that should be much better. I have that thing once again where I'm not really producing enough nutrients. I could make some speed. Could I make some speed modules? I don't know. It's that I really need to just redesign this whole area here because it's pulling it. Yes, we're generating the nutrients from the bioflux here. Actually, I could grab the bioflux as it comes back past again, but the problem is by the time it gets to here, it's kind of gone off. It's not as nice as it was before. I don't know. The nutrients around here are almost gone off as well. But then in theory, if we're pulling all this stuff through at a fairly rapid rate, which we kind of are, we should find... Well, some of it's going off down here. If we're pulling it all through, and the fact that we seem to have a bit of a shortage of it suggests we are pulling it through pretty quickly, then maybe it's alright. Although the bioflux down here is a little bit ropey. Ideally, I'd want to use the freshest of possible, the freshest of all biofluxes, and not the bioflux that's been sitting on this belt all the way around here, because that isn't flowing quickly. But as usual, I can't tell how much life is left in it because we can sort of see the sticks there. So that's about 2/3 lifespan at the moment. So if I start making nutrients from that, then they'll go off probably when they get to about here or something, which would not be ideal. Yeah, I do need slightly more pizza. Fortunately, it's going around in a sort of priority order, in that the most important things, being the science production, are getting it. Well, they're not quite getting it first, but they're getting it fairly close to first. and the lowest priority thing being the rocket fuel production, because we can bring rocket fuel in by spaceship, is getting it last. So I'm kind of okay with this for now. I'm definitely not. I'm not completely better, but I'm definitely healthier than I was last week. I can kind of talk now. I can still feel it in my throat, and having been talking all evening, I am rather aware of it. But I'm definitely massively improved over last week. Thank you very much. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. Right. So once again, yeah, we've got a load of stuff over here. Oh, the second rocket is nearly full, nearly built as well. What is the ship doing? The Spock is on its way from Norvis back over to Gleba, so it'll arrive here soon. It can fill up on Gleba, as I said. Head back over to Norvis. And how are we doing for goopy science over here? It's flowing merrily along the belt and gradually rotting as it does. Lovely. Just what we like to see. And up here, the stuff that was sat on the end of the belt has finally gone off. What if I... So that's taken from there. Since that's the top, let's do that. And get rid of that. And move that to there. And that. And that. There we go. I put some spoilage in the bot system, but c'est la vie. There we go. That should work now. And in theory, we won't get any sort of guaranteed spoilage, because before we were filling up that last little bit of the belt, and then eventually that would go off, and we'd fill it up again, and it would go off and fill it up, and so on, and that was just a bit of a waste. But yes, here we go. Here's the Moss science coming in. It'd be about 200 of it. So I'm shipping over about 200 at a time. It's slightly annoying that I can't have carbon fibre research running and then do, I don't know, something else whenever there's a shortage of that one. I can't switch back and forth between them automatically. Ooh, fish breeding. So you can turn fish and nutrients and water into more fish. And you can turn fish into nutrients. So one fish becomes 20 nutrients. And 100 nutrients becomes one fish. 1.5 fish, technically, because it's a biochamber. And that's a biochamber as well, so it's 30 nutrients. So 30 nutrients from a fish. And 100 nutrients to make a fish and a half. That's not sustainable. We won't be bothering with that for a while then. And it's a dead end on research as well, so there's no other reason to get it. Unless you... I mean, okay, you might want to breed fish when you've got plenty of nutrients. So, yeah. Oh, for quality. Quality fish. Right, yes, okay. Good point. Biter egg handling. Capture a spawner. Okay. Well, I haven't... Oh, no, I am researching spawner capturings. Okay. Rocket fuel productivity. I've talked about that one. It's sort of nice-ish. Speed, bot cargo size, lab research speed, speed module. Fish gun. For shooting fish, or for shooting at fish, or for shooting fish at things? Because if you shoot a fish at a stomper, you're just going to heal it. Gonna give it a snack. Electric weapon damage, maybe. Efficiency modules, maybe. Getting that one already. Asteroid processing, that seems quite nice. What are the fuel ones? Oh, advanced fuel production. I'm not convinced there's any point in that unless I end up in places where we don't have the other thing. Productivity damage. This LDS productivity. That's quite nice. It's expensive though, but it's would be very nice. Yeah. Tool belt equipment. That's just more tool belt space, inventory space, isn't it? Those are quite nice to have. Let's chuck that one in. Ooh. Yeah. Anyway, we're getting a bit ahead of myself now. So right, 11:15. Time to wrap this up, I think. So as I've been saying earlier, I think I've got to a point now where I've got to a position where all 4 planets are basically functional. There's things wrong on all of them that I would like to fix. So, for example, Norvis, I would like to move circuit production off the bus, because most of the time it is okay at the moment, but most of the time production can't keep up. I want to finish the abomination. Otherwise, it's basically okay, I think. How's my iron patches doing? 1 million? 4 million? Yeah, seems all right. Norvis is basically okay, but it'd be quite nice to move circuit production off to towns. Vulcanus, pretty good actually. I'm happy with Vulcanus. I did some upgrades on the power systems earlier today, and that has made a big difference. It's basically okay. Maybe more launch silos up here, but basically I think Vulcanus is doing pretty well. That's the one I'm happiest with. Gleba, I don't know about Gleba. It's working. So we've got the as you can see here, we've got the production of the rocket parts going, apart from the blue circuits that are being brought in from remotely. We've got the science pack production being done. When the ship arrives, we're able to chuck a rocket load of it at the ship whenever it turns up, and it can then take away. How many have we got on here? It's taking away 200. We're not interesting. So when it arrives, it will launch the amount I've set as the minimum, not just whatever's in the rocket. By the looks of it, that's very strange. It said minimum payload, not maximum payload. So. That's weird. I don't understand why that's only got 200 in there, but okay. Gleba kind of working. It's producing the science. It's getting shipped away. That's all reasonably nice. I'm a bit worried about its defences. We've got the spore cloud, as you can see. It's not upset anything yet. And I've put in a couple of lightning turrets and bullet turrets there and there, as sort of to ward off anything that comes towards my farms. But we shall see. We'll see. I don't really know. I don't quite know what to expect from a Gleba attack. So I will have to wait and see how it goes when they come in. But otherwise, Gleba is mostly working. Fulgora also generally basically working. It's sort of trickling through fairly nicely. I've did a little bit of tweaking over here. I'm now only keeping stuff that comes out of quality tier 3. In fact, we can set you to pull out stone, because keeping that is an absolute nonsense. Stone 2. Just yank that out of the chest over there. There's no point in keeping that. Stone 3, maybe. Stone 2, definitely not. Yeah, so it's basically okay. It's just a bit ugly and a bit crap, and it's struggling to keep up with demand on blue circuits. So we've got, that said, we've got 2,600 in this box, so it's doing pretty well. But I would like to at some point, I'd like to rebuild probably on this island down here, and have something that's a bit more dedicated to essentially just making rocket stuff. So we'd have a supply of. We'd have the blue circuits coming out. We'd have the low density structures coming out, of which we actually seem to have a decent number of those. That's quite impressive. I'd ship the Holmanite back over to here, I think, as well, because that's something valuable. And solid fuel I'd make into rocket fuel as well. So those things would definitely be churned through. But we'd produce rocket stuff over on this island, and have a big rocket silo park. So when a ship arrives, says hello, can I have some blue circuits? Boom! A load of rockets just take off, and it delivers it much more quickly and efficiently and effectively. So that'd be quite nice. But basically, Fulgora is mostly okay. Vulcanus, happy with that. Gleba, I don't really know. And Norvis is sort of okay. So that means that the debate comes now: do I go off to Aquilo next and investigate that? I I need to do some more researches first, actually. So okay, maybe I'll start working towards Aquilo. So I need to get the carbon fibre one finished. I need to do the advanced asteroid processing, and I need to do rocket turret, apparently. That makes me really happy and confident about the sort of things I'm going to encounter when I head out towards Aquilo. But so yeah, I guess I'll get those done, and then sort of and see how things go next time. So that's going to be Wednesday. I shall be back at 7:30 p.m. UK time as normal. So thank you very much for watching. I hope we'll see you back for then. Yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this. It's been nice to get things up and running a bit more solidly over on Gleba, and just have what is a functional factory, even if there are so many things over here that I kind of feel they could do with a bit of a rejig and a tweak and a modification. Oh, I am slowly losing heat over here in these heating towers. So maybe stealing a small amount of the rocket fuel from here, passing it up and putting it into this one when it gets a bit chilly would be a good idea. We'll work on we'll look at that next time. Right. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much, Nogard, Madman, and everyone else for watching. And I shall see you on Wednesday. Bye bye.